Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our Rise of the Runelords campaign. Bit of another milestone passed here is episode number 30. Just trucking along and hopefully bringing you viewers at home a lot of enjoyment. So let's get into the recap. Not a lot to go through because it was pretty much a downtime session. But we started off with arrest, and then four of you had some rather interesting dreams. We started with Edge, who saw many different stylized, almost like stained glass window type art pieces that were made of flower petals, which bear a strong link to his own goddess, Milani. These images served to sort of prophesize that the red dragon that had laid waste to his home and those close to him will return again and will stand against him once more.
But no one's supposed to know that, so
Next was Dream, and Dream had a dream about building some bombs and struggling a little bit as he is pretty new to the wonders of alchemy. And there was a short conversation between him and Babu about what the sort of the goals were and how they both plan to sort of achieve their potential. At the end of that sequence, Pharasma reached out to him and explained a little bit about how she understands things that Babu cannot right now, and that she will contact him again soon. After that was Ursulin's dream, where she was floating through space, came across a purple crystal that spoke to her and basically said that it has sort of I guess a mission of sorts for her. The crystal wants her to help him achieve his own goal of returning to his people and being given life once more, and some great powers will be entrusted to her in exchange. And then finally was Diino. Diino got a little taste of Magnamar once again in his dreams, as he as he was rather distracted from some of the other things that the rest of the party in the dream
Disgusting.
were talking about. And sorry, I lost my place here. He found a gem in his pocket, and this brought up another conversation with this mysterious person who referred to himself as the Claimer. The Claimer mentioned that he was going to send someone, presumably one of his own agents or underlings, to Magnamar to, as he put it, take care of a problem for Diino, because the end result of taking care of this problem would be beneficial to both parties. He did not reveal who it is that he is aiming to eliminate, but he gave a couple of hints that would suggest that it is a well-off, noble type of person.
Hate those guys.
The next morning, you guys were greeted to a pretty strong wind and a bit of a chill in the air. After going downstairs, you all had some breakfast. Edge was there first, as he is apt to do as someone who enjoys waking up early. You all noticed that Shayliss, the daughter of the general store owner, Ven Vinder, was inside the Rusty Dragon, and she was perusing the job board, which kind of struck people as strange because she's not really the type to be into that stuff. But then she expressed that her parents have all but chosen to ignore her after her older sister, Katrine, was murdered. She kind of felt that no one's really doing enough to protect the women of Sandpoint, and so she would like to take up arms for herself and try to right that wrong on her own. This led to Edge fashioning a wooden sword out of some stray, just bits of wood, breaking off a piece of a crate even that Ameko had laying around. And while Edge set out to kind of showing her the ropes when it comes to swordplay, Diino decided to run off into the mush fens to try and find an animal companion for Shayliss, a venture that to this point was unsuccessful. Kat elected to just stay in the Rusty Dragon until now. Now I'd say it's probably like early afternoon. She's just been catching up on some reading. I do have instructions from Kim, by the way, as to what she wants me to do, so at least I can do that now. And the rest of you, being Ursula, Dream, and Kaede, you guys kind of took a tour around the town in terms of shopping, and Ursula, for the most part, selling off loot that was obtained from the Misgivings. This also included her leaving her newly made rifle with the Feathered Serpent to get enchanted, and Jareem picking up a Cloak of Elvenkind for himself. Through the rest of the day, Shayliss kind of picked up the whole sword fighting thing a little bit. Her technique still needs a lot of work, but she seems to enjoy it, and that's a small positive step regardless. So, as we pick up, Diino is still away in the mush fens, looking for any sort of animal companion to bring back to train and give to Shayliss as sort of an extra layer of protection for her, as well as offensive capability. The rest of you have just gotten back, well, besides Edge, who was already here outside, the rest of you have just gotten back to the Rusty Dragon with your brand spanking new tokens, and you guys are, well, again, except for Diino, are all together once more. So with that, what would you guys like to do?
Well, last time I couldn't find a dinosaur, so today, redemption.
Yeah, let's start with let's start with something like that. So go ahead and make a nature check and make a survival check as well.
All right, I'm gonna give myself guidance on nature, and before I do, I should point something out on exactly what type of dinosaur Dino's looking for. You know, just in case for a best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for a herbivore dinosaur, because hopefully that will make them less likely to attack Shayliss, because I ain't trusting a Spinosaur, a Tyrannosaur, or especially a fucking raptor with her. So hopefully Stegosaur, Ankylosaur, Triceratops.
Okay.
Best case scenario.
All right.
Items on nature. Not bad.
Okay, 20 and
survival.
Survival as well. Nice.
Fuck. Roll 5.
Okay. So you.
It says 19 here.
Yeah, I think you rolled a 5 on the die. Yeah, he did.
Oh, I see.
So using your knowledge of the area and your familiarity with it, you think really hard about, you know, if I were a dinosaur, where would I go? Where would I hide? Where would I make my nest, so to speak? And you look for footprints, and you eventually find sort of a cutout in like a thick area of bushes. And sure enough, you find not a dinosaur, but you find a lone egg sitting there.
A lone egg. It's suspicious, because every reptile that I know of, not just dinosaurs, have more than one egg. I like to investigate said egg.
Sure. Roll nature again.
Guidance! Fuck!
You've no clue what it is.
I'm pretty sure that the sage will know.
Okay.
Wait a minute, how big is it?
Uh, it's fairly sizable. It's the egg on its own, I would say is like a few pounds.
So certainly not a crocodile egg. No modern day reptile egg. And it's on the ground, so I don't think it's a bird egg. Dinosaur! I'm gonna go to the sage to figure out what it is. Because quite frankly, my nature skills are not on point today, but I found the dinosaur egg and I'll fucking take it. To the sage!
All right, so you collect this mystery egg and head on back to Sandpoint to eventually bring it to Brodert for further investigation. So that's going to take you probably an hour or so to get back.
Dude, I told you though, viewers! Redemption!
In the meantime, Kat is going to get up and come out and she says that she has some things to take care of. She is going to head on over to Sava's Armory, which is the place where those of you who were shopping last time, you've already been. But if you'd like to go again, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, at any rate, Kat's gonna head over that way.
Actually, while she's on the topic of doing that, in the midst of the training as usual with Shayliss, Edge will turn to Shayliss and ask, "Do you by chance have any proper weapons on you?"
She says, I don't, like I said, I was going to, my original plan was to pull something off the job board and then kind of just figure out the details later. There are some weapons back at my dad's store. I almost certainly think that he wouldn't even notice them missing if I were to just take them. But
How old are they?
most of them are new enough to be effective without needing any kind of maintenance. There are others that have been sitting there for a while that probably aren't so sharp anymore.
Well, if you would bring them over next time, I'll see if I can do anything for them. Otherwise, I would have suggested to go with Cat, but very well, let's continue.
Okay.
Actually, do it. But yeah, if there is nothing else, then after training is done, Edge would actually look at the job board to see what there is, because I'm kind of poor right now.
Fair. Okay. So a little more time goes by. Go ahead and make. I would say make a diplomacy check to sort of like continue getting your points across. Oh wow, beautiful. So yeah, you explain everything that you're trying to teach to Shayliss perfectly, and she is attentive and, at least on the surface, appears to absorb it and understand it.
Mm.
So you head inside and you go look at the job board, and there are some more recently posted items on there. Let me find my list here. There is... Oh my god, Adobe, no. Not now.
Wake me up inside.
Dude, you're telling me, man.
Adobe.
Like, I just want to read the PDFs of the stuff that I have. Like, I'm not asking for much here.
Do the PDFs require download? No. Then show me the PDFs right now. No.
Exactly. Like, they're on my computer. I'm not like accessing them from a website or anything. I just...
Max superiority for the win.
Yeah, I used to have one of those.
The Macs are pretty good, but the iPhones suck.
Decided that
I know they both kind of suck, but
I decided that I'd rather have a gaming PC.
yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
So
yeah,
here we go. Okay. So let's see. Your options are... The first is a posting from the Carpenters Guild. They are looking for anyone to search the ruins atop Chopper's Isle for any sort of clues related to if there is some kind of evil or otherwise malign presence on the island. There is also... Let's see here. Nope, that's not going to be suitable. There is another post from one of the other tavern owners in town, looking for someone to seek out and kill something named Old Murder Maw, with a reward.
As a dinosaur druid, I like the name of that.
There is, however, no monetary reward listed on that job posting. There is also... Let's see, there is another... Okay. Another posting by someone named Turch is the name on there. He says that he is looking for anyone who would like to investigate a site called Pauper's Graves. Kind of like Chopper's Isle, like kind of looking for any sort of bad presences there.
Mm-hmm.
This one promises a reward of a magic item rather than money. Let's see what else is here. I'm really just picking anything that's like level appropriate here. Let's see.
I'm back now.
This is another one related to Chopper's Isle. This job posting is posted by the local town butcher. He is claiming that his wedding ring is missing, and he believes that it is on Chopper's Isle. He's looking for someone to find it for him. And finally, oh, I lost my place. Let's see. There is one more. Okay. Okay. Yet another Chopper's Isle um, posting. There's someone who is talking about there being demons, haunts, monsters on the Isle. And also something about the current inhabitant of the island having been revealed for what he is, which is some kind of killer. And this whoever this is making the job post wants that person dealt with.
Actually, it sounds like the first and the last one seem to be kind of linked with each other.
Yeah, that and the I mean, I guess like a sort of a side one would be the second to last one with the ring, because that seems to also be located there. There are other job postings there for things that are probably a little bit beneath you guys, but still worth some money if you decide to take them. For example, we have. God damn it! Scrolling through this thing is really annoying.
I mean, it's fine. If those are beneath us, then what Edge can do is he'll wait for his allies to come by and then sort of give them the briefing on what could be done today, and then see what they say. Because ideally, all of the Chopper Island ones could be done together.
Mm-hmm.
Really, though, I am curious about that magic item, but I guess we'll have to do that later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just wait for the guys to come back. And then...
All right. So Kat is off getting some. She just wants. Oh yes, she just wants crossbow bolts and to talk with the owners. So she does that. Talks with Sava for a bit. Gets her bolts. Takes her a little while, but then she comes back. And she's like, "Hey, what did I miss?"
Yeah, Edge will basically say not much. So what's Dino's situation now? Is he on his way back?
Dinosaur!
Yeah, Dino is still making his way back, but he's close to returning by now.
Yeah, Edge would just wait for somebody else to show up and etc. I mean, he could probably do some jobs on his own, but I think they'd probably not feel great about it.
Mm.
I
Okay.
gotta go to the stage and find out what the egg is.
Yeah, so I would say just for the sake of brevity here, Dino arrives back in town. You're going straight to the stage, or do you meet up with everyone first?
The stage.
Straight to the stage. Okay.
I can't let them know that there's something about a reptile that I don't know about. Unacceptable. I know all.
All right, so let me put you in there.
Excellent.
So, you arrive on the scene with Chomper, and
I'm
Always.
gonna go to the bathroom.
you find Brodert pretty deep in some text. He almost doesn't even hear you come in. He's just concentrating really heavily on whatever it is that he's looking at there.
Hey, brother, mind helping me with something?
He says, "Oh yes, I'm sorry. How rude of me. What do you need?"
So, long story short, I'm out looking for an animal companion for someone, and while out searching, I found this egg. All by itself. It's too big to be a modern day reptile. Certainly too big for a modern day bird. It was all on its own, so I have no idea what egg this is supposed to belong to.
He thinks to himself and he says, I don't know that it was wise to take this egg, but, well, it's here now, so let's have a look." He's going to make his own nature check. Okay, he rolled really high.
Yes.
He says, "Well, you've found a dinosaur egg, all right."
Any idea what type of dinosaur this belongs to?
Well, it looks like it could be an iguanodon egg.
Iguanodon. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work.
Now, what did you say you wanted to do with this creature again?
I'm gonna raise it as gonna be someone's animal companion.
Oh, wonderful. That's we definitely need more dinosaurs running around this town.
Well, this person was about to go run off on her own. So at least if she's gonna try to do that when I'm not paying attention, she'll have a dinosaur watching her back.
Well, if nothing else, you're a good friend.
Thank you. I try. All right. Thanks again, Brodert.
No problem. And good luck.
Thank you.
Where to now?
Right now, I'm heading back to the inn
All right.
armed with my new information.
Yeah, you arrive, egg in hand. You find everyone standing outside of the tavern. Shayliss still holding on to the wooden sword that Edge made for her.
I'm back.
Edge turns towards Diino and he's like, "Oh, good. Come with me to the board. There's some jobs that I think we could do. I want your opinions on them."
All right, makes sense. But just give me just a moment, Edge. I just got back from searching for an animal companion. I do believe I found a good fit. I'm gonna walk over to Shayliss. How's the trading going?
It's going better than I expected. And she looks over at Edge and just says, "He's a really great teacher."
I don't doubt it. He's quite proficient with weapons. Anywho, I found your animal companion. And I hand her the egg.
I'm still not so sure. Why is it an egg?
Edge is also perfect.
You must raise this animal companion when it grows up.
It's a rather large egg there, Diino.
Oh yeah, it's a Spinosaurus egg.
Iguanodon. Or
I know.
that's what Broder thinks. Oh, okay. I see here. You're doing a bit.
I'm a professional. Yeah, it's a Spinosaurus egg. To be perfect. Here you are.
Does Edge know anything about dinosaurs? That's fine.
Make a nature check.
You know more about dragons. Let's see.
Can't be that far off.
I mean,
Nature,
I'll give you
nature.
guidance just because.
you aren't trained in it, so I would say probably not. But let's see what you roll.
I don't see nature. Is it survival?
It's knowledge.
It's knowledge.
Knowledge nature.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, a lot of them are listed as like knowledge something. I tend to just drop those off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of eluding you right now. You're not
But I
visualizing it.
I have no experience with dinosaurs, really. At the end of the day, it's
Oh, let me explain. You see, a Spinosaurus is a predatory dinosaur as big as a house.
okay.
Shayliss's eyes go wide. Like, you expect me to handle something like that? I could barely swing this sword around.
It's going to take a long time for him to get that size. I've known Chomper here for at least 10 years, and he's still only a little bit bigger than I am.
Can I roll for sense motive to see if he's serious about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
But you're fucking not.
I actually already had Shayliss roll
God damn it.
sense motive as well. Just to see if there's any shenanigans going on here.
Just give me a sec. Probably have to roll bluff.
You do have to
I'm
roll.
gonna give myself guidance.
You
because
do have to
fuck
roll
y'all.
bluff because you are lying about the type of dinosaur.
This is true. Fuck!
Yeah, so Edge and Shayliss both beat that number.
So like, I just imagine like Dino's like kind of laughing to himself as he's like saying what the Spinosaurus is.
Also, Edge also makes a sudden realization as you kind of say that. He just realizes, wait, if you had done that, would the mother have come here and tried to eat us all?
Well, first of all, Edge, you see, dinosaurs have more than one egg, and this was all by itself. Wait, was it in a nest?
It appeared to be like a makeshift nest. It didn't look like it was like fully realized.
So I'm just gonna say it was in a somewhat makeshift nest. So no. Yeah, Spinosaurus. Train it well, Shayliss. Train him well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
This whole thing is ridiculous. How do you expect me to train this thing?
Dragon. There's a movie on it.
With determination and with an assistance. That's how.
Edge's face foams.
She's just like, I don't know about all this.
And then Dino just like openly laughs and says, "Oh, relax, I'm kidding. I wouldn't give you a Spinosaurus egg."
So then what is
In all
it?
seriousness, this is an iguanodon egg. Much more passive, but fearsome when it has to. It's nowhere near as big as a house is. I would say 10 feet somewhere between 10 and 15 feet tall. So still certainly big and powerful, but it's a herbivore, so much less likely to be aggressive.
I can't even imagine what my parents are going to think when they see me with my own dinosaur running around.
Well, if they're smart, they're going to be grateful that you have a dinosaur to protect yourself.
Yeah, my mother might if she decides to take any interest at all. Whereas my father might come looking for you.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
You see, Ed just sort of looks at Diino and is like, don't antagonize them, please.
Well, actually,
But
I've antagonized her father before, so I can and I will.
Ed
Shay,
looks to Diino and Chase and he basically says that, look, I'm partially with you on this, but I would say at the very least, I will not take this egg home. If you have any other location that you might be able to stay at or a place to keep this egg, if you are insane enough to try and raise it, try to find some other location to put it in.
Insane enough.
Shay,
Alright, Edge. For starters, she needs to learn self-preservation, and one good way to do that is to give her something that is going to require her attention and support. So hopefully, and I look at Shayliss, she doesn't go run off to a suicide mission next time. Because the egg
Dang it.
is entirely on your part now.
It's just sort of quiet because he's just like, that's actually not what you do, and if anything, that's just gonna make things worse. But he's just
Shayliss,
like,
Shayliss like looks past the group and kind of like the group is immediately in front of her, and she looks at Urzulin, and she's just like, is he always like this?
Straightforward? Yes.
I wasn't asking you.
yeah. Ed just looks to Dino and he just says, "Put the egg somewhere safe for now. We have a job. We have jobs on our list."
And when Shayliss doesn't immediately get an answer from Urzulin, she turns around and looks at Jareem and just says, I mean, you would know, is he always like this?
Oh yeah, all the time.
What the hell did I get myself into?
To be
Very
fair, he will keep you
relationship.
safe.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
My family and I have been through enough. We don't.
Well, again, in my defense, a dinosaur is the exact type of thing you need to protect yourself.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Ed's
there are a
just-
number of animals that could fit the bill.
Oh, I'm sorry, would you rather have a dog?
Ed just kind of drags Dino with him inside to look at the.
I refuse to move from this spot!
Can I roll strength, contested strength? I probably lose, but still.
It's gonna be a combat maneuver check
Okay.
to, yeah, sort of grab and bring him along with you.
Please. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's.
Yeah, Dino.
I get just tossed on my ass.
Dino digs his heels in.
I
and
don't see the roll.
It's a natural one.
Amazing.
Yeah. I need more.
Not now, Edge. This is a very important step in her training, alright?
My
Cool.
sword.
Right. So, yeah, she just heads back inside. Just says, if anyone's willing to talk about work and actually getting paid, you're welcome to join me inside.
Yeah.
I'll join you once my gun is done.
Shayliss just says, I need to go somewhere and just process all of this. And before Edge makes it inside, she sort of like yells after him, like, thank you for your help.
Yeah, Ed just sort of like just like waves like. He's madly annoyed. So he's just like well, goodbye.
Shayliss walks off.
Take good care of that egg! And I walk inside. And I walk over to Edge and say, that went well.
We did. I was gonna look at the egg and see if I could figure out what it was.
Oh, I mean, you could have taken a look while she was standing there. Go ahead and roll knowledge nature.
Do I have to have a rank in it?
If you don't, then
Is it a disadvantage?
no. I'm just gonna make the DC higher if you don't have a rank in it. So.
Yeah, I didn't have a. Yeah, ooh, Jesus.
That'll do.
Yeah, I'm rolling at 20.
I would say that you.
You can whisper to me what it is if you don't want to. don't want to tell. I don't want to tell Dino. I want to.
I already revealed what it
know
is.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would.
yeah.
I would say that. Well, I mean, we'll do this like retroactively. So I would say that you've probably overheard enough of Dino like talking about different kinds of dinosaurs before to make, say, like an educated guess, but I don't think you would know the exact species.
Is it actually a dinosaur though?
It actually is a dinosaur egg, yes.
Well, how big is it comparative to, I guess, a chicken egg?
I would say
Like
it's
10 times bigger.
I would say it's a good number of degrees bigger than a chicken egg.
Probably you're a triceratops. My guess is triceratops, and I walk inside. Is my mic not working?
Hey. No, I heard you. Where's Cade in all this? As I just physically have come into the game, and I didn't want to respond if I wasn't actually there.
So
were
everyone was just outside the tavern while this egg business was going on.
Found an egg.
Cat went to Savas to buy some crossbow bolts and came back before Dino arrived in the first place. Dino had found this egg and went to Brodert to see if he could identify it, and then he headed over to the tavern to give the egg to Shayliss and sort of I don't want to say push it on her, but that's kind of how it came off. Like, hey,
This is
this is your responsibility now. I found this.
I found this for you. It's now yours to deal with. Okay. So Cade's just kind of be looking at this and kind of look over at Dino after all of it and goes, "So you're just giving dinosaurs to anyone? Anyone can have a dinosaur?"
With enough determination and knowledge, indeed.
Cade just like sits there pondering and looking at Dino and then back at Chomper and then back out the window at Shayliss and then just looking back at myself and going, huh. Okay. And then nothing else.
You want a dinosaur, Cade?
I would not say no. I don't know the first thing to do with it besides give it bacon.
Visit the dinosaur. That's a very good first step. You sound good enough for me. Come along, Cade. I'm gonna pick up Cade and like take her off back to the mush fence.
Oh no.
See you later, Edge.
What's happening? Okay, I'll just stumble out of my stool and start following.
All right, so you're going back to the mush fens to try and find another dinosaur. Go ahead and roll nature.
Guidance.
You can roll as well, Cade, if you want.
Okay.
You are trained.
I've taught you the ways of nature. $22.
22.
I'm waiting for things to load so I can click my sheet.
You follow the same tracks and trails as before. As you kind of figure, you think to yourself, well, if I found this one egg here, there's got to be either more eggs or maybe like the mother dinosaur that left it behind somewhere. So that'll get you sort of onto the trail, so to speak. So go ahead and roll survival.
Guidance. 28.
Very nice. You find some more footprints. You track them a bit, and you come across another nest However, the eggs that are here have all hatched already, and there doesn't appear to be a sign of any dinosaurs in the immediate area.
Hmm.
Kay
We're
just
close
kind of looks.
by, Cade. Jumper, track them down.
Okay. Kate's slightly panicked, but also excited and just kind of wrapped up in what's happening. Just like kind of trying to find tracks and looking around, trying to help Chomper like they could do tracking better than him.
All right, so Chomper takes a look at the tracks. He attempts to use his scent. There is nothing within the 30 feet that his scent would cover, but you can all, Chomper included, make another survival check.
Guidance.
I can do it now. I have a sheet that's real. Not great. Not terrible. Not
30.
great. Much better.
Come on, Chomper. 20, 22.
Okay. So you follow the tracks, and they go a fair distance. There's one set of sort of like larger creature tracks, and then a few different sets of smaller footprints.
Can I determine what dinosaur do these footprints belong to?
You can try. Roll survival again.
Guidance.
Do.
I have no
27.
help. Kay's just looking around in the wrong areas, like following old tracks that just like were from days ago.
15 ain't bad, but 27 is pretty good.
I meant comparatively, like I'm following tracks, just not any that are useful to us right now.
So as you follow these tracks, you begin to notice that the terrain is looking very, very familiar to you, Diino. The tracks are leading you in the direction of the lizard folk village that you spent a lot of time in.
Oh, shit.
I have Noalia's story open on my thing.
Sorry, I was messing with something, and that's why it probably appeared. You can just get rid of that.
Did we kill that bitch? You should back.
No, you did. But I was messing.
Well,
with...
now's a good time as any to keep going. Come along, Cade.
Wait, where are they
Kay
going?
quickly follows and goes, wait. Do you like make it noticeable to me that you're recognizing the area, or?
Probably a little bit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like, what's going on? Why'd you slow down? And why do you have that funny face on?
Well, not only do these dinosaur tracks be heading towards this direction, which is kind of odd, this land seems familiar to me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Kate just goes, oh, should we go back for everyone else?
You don't have to. I say we keep going.
Okay. Kate shrugs. And agrees to continue following.
All right. The tracks begin to get a little more muddled by the elements, the wind, as well as this appears to be a bit more of a traveled path that you're heading down and following these tracks. So go ahead and make another survival check.
Guidance.
Survival check.
23.
It's not going. It's going. It's 10.
Okay.
You just hear Kate snort behind you. Go, no fucking clue what I'm doing.
So as you continue down this path, Dino, you know that you're close to the lizard folk village now. There's a lot of like familiar, like specific like trees and rocks that you recognize as being nearby. The trail itself, you begin to lose it a bit. There's just too much foot traffic along this path. It seems like these the footprints you've been following go off to the left, but it's hard to tell because there are a number of footfalls and footprints that travel in many different directions that are all kind of centered on this this narrow path that you find yourselves on.
Gotta find those dinosaurs. We gotta get one.
Kate just looks around and goes, alright, so left or right or straight?
The track said left, right?
Yeah, the tracks appear to go to the left.
I'm gonna see if I...
Left.
Oops.
These dinosaurs know what up. When in doubt, go left.
I was clicking on my sheet. I didn't actually mean to click rolly things. So Cade's gonna just quickly, like, just hard left. Straight into the bushes.
Okay. So you try to part some of the bushes to give yourself a more clear sort of lane to walk through, and you begin to hear some rustling a bit further ahead from your current position, probably a couple hundred feet.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to be quiet and stealthy as I try to discern what that sound is. So I'm like gonna hunch down a little bit, try to move as quietly through the bushes as I can, and maybe like even like pull my robe a little, like my cloak a little more around me. So
cool. Go ahead and roll stealth. All right, you're reasonably quiet. You follow the sounds of the motion in through the bushes, and you get close enough that you can start to see some sort of creature. You made it about 50 feet further up, and you can now see that what made the tracks that you were following was not a dinosaur at all. In fact, you see a female lizard folk who is, by the looks of it, it appears that she is teaching her young how to hunt.
This little part, you just hear like a squee of adorableness come out of my mouth before I cover my hand, and then come out of the bushes towards Dino. I'm like, it's not a dinosaur. That's cuter.
Not a dinosaur. The hell we've been tracking then?
Lizard people, lizards, and they're kids. They're kids are learning how to hunt.
Lizard folk, huh? Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
those guys. They were great.
Didn't you come from me? Wait. Kay's just connecting all the dots.
Stay on track, Cade. We got dinosaurs to track down.
The cute lizard babies.
I'm sure they are cute, Cade, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll be the right thing to do to take them.
Oh God! Oh dear! They are people. Kate just backs away from the bushes more.
They are people.
Kate got caught up in the cuteness.
They're lizards. They're people. They're lizard people.
They're lizard people. Can't
Exactly.
panic.
So, we are gonna keep tracking down these dinosaurs. So come on, Cade.
Kate begrudgingly leaves and just like kind of whispers sorry whether or not the people actually saw or heard them, and continues following Dino.
Okay. go ahead and roll survival again to try and discern if there are actually any dinosaur tracks in the
Guidance.
sort of muddled.
26.
Okay. Diino, you're able to sort of pick through all the different tracks and slight variations in sort of like foot shape and size that you see on the ground, and you determine that while Chomper, of course, was sort of correct that the footprints that he found, did lead to something and were of interest. Pretty much all of these footprints here are belonging to lizard folk.
What the hell happened to the dinosaur prints then?
They were never dinosaur prints. They were lizard folk prints. By the dinosaur prints. Kate says, looking over and pointing at Chomper, and goes, "Your dinosaur got confused."
That can't be right. I rolled like high 20s, like almost 30s. So
Kate
was I really
looks at
unsure
you.
that they were lizard folk?
You were sure that the ones that you found initially could have belonged to a dinosaur, but when you reached the point where you noticed that the path you were on was much more frequently traveled on, that's when things kind of got a little jumbled. Sort of just like too many sets of footprints, overlapping one another kind of makes it hard to pick out anything specific. It just increased the DC, essentially.
Oh, well, in that case, can I go back to where I know for a fact there were dinosaur prints and then trying to follow them again?
Yeah, you can do that.
Come
So
on,
Kate's just
guidance.
gonna laugh and follow. Can you roll for me?
Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. Survival.
29.
Okay, you resume tracking prints that resemble those of a dinosaur. They lead you down towards a riverbank, and the trail ends there, indicating that perhaps this dinosaur is either capable of swimming a little bit or is big enough that it can just walk through the river unimpeded. But
Kate just looks at Diino and goes, "I don't want to go through that."
the trail seems to indicate that the dinosaur didn't cross the river, but instead either probably got into the river and then went down it a ways.
Alright, then it's time to transform. And I'll be transforming into the mighty Crocodino, otherwise known as the saltwater crocodile.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide from your giant croc self and be like, "Don't eat me."
You gotta hide from Crocodino. I'm gonna grab Gade and pick her up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
Kate's gonna
toss her in the
freak
air
out
and
slightly.
then pretend that I'm gonna eat her. Like, when crocodiles like toss their food in the air,
Yeah.
like in cartoons, and open their mouths trying to eat it.
Kate's just panicking and freaking out, being like, "What the fuck? What's happening? Why would that dinosaur food? This is not what I signed up for." This is sheer panic.
Okay. So what ends up happening there? Does Cade just
I'm
land?
gonna catch her.
Okay. So if you throw Cade up, you catch them.
And then I'm gonna have Chomper get on my back, and we're gonna go down the river.
All right. Sounds good. So you
Kate's slapping you on the top of the head repeatedly, going, "That wasn't funny!" while also
Perhaps
laughing.
not, but I think this is gonna be funny. And then I go back to land, put Chomper off, tell Chomper to get off real quick. Then back into the water, and then I'm gonna do the classic death roll.
So you go ahead and do the giant crocodile
Kaden-
death roll.
He just wrapped their arms around both of your little stubby legs and my leg like around you, just holding on. going,
Stubby,
like,
I'm
holding my breath.
huge. I'm like 2 sizes bigger
Comparatively.
than you.
I meant stubby for Crocs. Crocs don't have like human length arms. That'd be terrifying. So I'm holding on, wrapping my legs around you, and just you see bubbles every single time I go underwater because I'm screaming, and then above water, it's
So I'm gonna have Kaede make a ride check. Didn't think we'd have to ever use this one to avoid falling off into the river.
for a ride check.
Do you need me to roll?
Oh god,
or-
I am not skilled at that.
Okay, you got it. 15.
15.
You do manage to hold on.
I'm just bopping you on the head repeatedly, even more.
And then at that, I'm gonna do a crocodile version of laughing. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure they
Repeatedly
have a way to do it.
I'm just like, you fucking dad, god damn it! And I'm laughing at the same time. Like, I'm angry, but also I can't not see the humor in what you're doing. I just don't like being the one at the butt end of it. I'm just going, okay, dinosaur, we're on dinosaur time. Okay, I got it. I understand now. Dinosaurs. They're important, damn it. Kate says, just raggedly, like, tripping on top of this giant crocodino.
Akidino nods approvingly and then tells Chomper to get back on.
Chomper does as you ask.
Down the river.
So as you continue down the river, you try to notice any sort of depressions or other footprints that would have been made in the bed of the river. So go ahead and roll survival again.
Oh shit, I don't have guidance anymore.
Nope.
No! What kind of cruel world do we live in?
About that.
I'm gonna take natural spell next level just so I can cast guidance as an animal.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good plan, honestly.
Never have guidance. 31.
Very nice. So you continue to follow the trail, and you follow it closely. You manage to stick with the tracks that you do find, which it's difficult given that it's inside of a river. But you're right on it. You continue a few hundred more feet down the river, where it looks like whatever was in there came out of the river.
Out we go. Let's continually track the dinosaurs.
All right. Outside of the river now and back on dry land. Make another survival check.
Come on, Crocodino, don't fail me now. We've gone too far. Blushki. 16.
16. You begin to lose the trail again as around just not too far from the bank of the river. You see once again some other footprints that sort of moved through on top of around the ones that were tracking, it gets a bit more difficult to determine what direction this creature went in. The path in front of you splits left and right. In the immediate area, it's hard to tell which direction that it went in.
And I don't think it'd be fair doing a survival check immediately, so I'm going left.
All right, so you go left. Down the left-hand path, there are a few different sets of footprints that, again, kind of all overlap with one another. They don't look like that they're particularly fresh. These tracks here look to be at least a couple of days old. You look down and you think you even see some horse prints as well. That maybe some humanoids came through here with a horse. But there does appear to be one set of prints that looks different enough. Go ahead and roll again to determine if it's your mark here.
Come on! Come on! Fuck! Curse you too!
Hard to tell. What is that noise?
AC stuff. Sorry, I thought I muted myself.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so at this point, the wind is picking up. There are a fairly significant amount of leaves that are falling from the trees and sort of swirling around on the ground, covering up the tracks at different points. It's making it a little too tough to tell if this is exactly what you've been tracking.
In that case, I'm going to turn around and go the other way. Maybe the other way will give me a better indication if that was the right track or not.
Okay, so sure. You
Before I
backtrack.
do, can I make like a fresh crocodile print to let myself know? Yep, this is the exact track I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay. So you look for. Go ahead. Roll perception to try and find one particular track that doesn't appear to be disturbed, so that you can mark it.
$17.
Okay, you look around for a few moments, and you find the sort of the closest thing that you think is to what you've been tracking, in combination with having not been disturbed too much, and you sort of push a little hard on one leg just to make a little bit of an imprint, and that way you know that this is what you're looking for and that you've been as far as this point already in your search.
Alright, now I'm going to turn around and go to the right path this time.
Okay. Down the right-hand path, there once again is a few different sets of what appear to be humanoid footprints. There are actually multiple sets of horse hoof prints on the ground, and there also appear to be some kind of tracks that would indicate that some sort of wagon came through here. There's sort of like wagon wheel tracks coming through here as well.
Fucking wagons, man.
So go ahead and roll survival to try to spot what you're looking for.
So, can he talk to me in croc form? No, correct?
No, he cannot.
That's what I
But
thought.
I can talk to
so-
Chomper, and Chomper translates.
Ah, okay.
That you can do, yes.
Hey, Blue Sheep! There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so you look long and hard, and again, it's although you did roll really high, it's tough given the conditions, like the wind and the leaves everywhere. A lot of these tracks are 2 to 3 days old, probably. So it's hard to tell, but you come to the conclusion that the left hand path was where the thing you were tracking had gone.
The left-hand path.
So you make your way back over to where you had placed an imprint on the ground, and you proceed further. You move a bit further ahead. There doesn't the humanoid tracks and the horse tracks are still there. However, the creature that you're tracking, there doesn't appear to be any sign of it on the ground.
So what you're telling me is that the trail has ran cold.
It would appear that way. Go ahead and roll survival again.
$20.
20. Okay. So while you don't notice any more tracks of this creature, you do smell some old dried up blood not far from the footpath. Heading in that direction to your left, you find that there is a blood stain on a rock that appears to be at least a day to 2 days old.
Is the blood, or is the dried blood red?
The color has faded somewhat given how long it's been there, but it does appear to have been red.
Okay, excellent. We're not dealing with an alien. That's the important part. And I'm gonna continue to follow my nose. And with my eyeballs, just in case I can pick up something.
Follow your
Alright.
nose wherever it goes.
I'm gonna. So, does Chomper tell me that we've smelled blood and anything like that? Well, not we, but like they.
I imagine that as I'm like figuring this stuff out, I'm like actively telling Jumper so he can tell you exactly the situation.
Okay.
So then I'm also gonna look around then, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's definitely all right.
Okay, but if she does that, I want to take a quick look around because never mind. I was about to say that she gets off. I want to make sure that there's nothing in the general vicinity. Otherwise, I'm gonna
Oh no,
kill something.
it was just more of me also like taking a chance to look because you told me there's dried blood, so before even moving anywhere else, I immediately react to that and try looking and discerning where I can find that.
So near the rock, there appears to be a kind of a wide sort of line of well, there's probably a couple inches piled high of leaves and kind of just dirt, almost as if it's there intentionally, but it's hard to tell.
At this point, I get off and start going straight towards that. And my brain immediately goes to makeshift grave.
Okay.
And so I say that out loud and just look at Diino and crock at Diino like straight down at him and go, that could be a grave. You tell me you smell blood. That might be where it's coming from. And then I just promptly hop off and just start going towards it. I'm like wading through the water a little bit to get there.
I'm gonna follow right behind her.
All right, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take too long to get there. It's you make it over to where the start of this larger leaf pile / covering is sitting. Um, there is some dirt kind of like interspersed that is kind of off the surface of the ground, like in between the leaves.
Okay.
The size of this covering, it seems a little big for a grave.
All right. So I'm gonna poke
Can
at it.
can I sniff it to see like if I smell meat? Because I'm thinking that's what it is.
That's a valid question.
Okay. You take a good whiff of it, and it it does smell a little bit like the beginning stages of decomposition. It does not carry a smell of like conventional meat. Like this isn't like a cow that died here, or a pig or anything like that. Though it does smell like there's the beginnings of decay happening here.
Well, if I can't identify that it's like actual meat, then I'm gonna use my crocodilian powers to start digging.
Okay. You start digging, and it doesn't take you too long. You find a body that belongs to a male human, whose skull looks like it was a bit caved in, as if it kind of leads you to believe that the blood on the rock was from someone or something smashing this guy's head into it.
We just found a murder. Kate just stumbles upon and says
Dino just shakes
rotting.
his head no. And then he says, not likely. I think what we're following is a carnivore. It found someone and decided to eat it.
I think that bloody rock says otherwise, and I point that out to him.
I think whatever we're tracking is certainly big enough and powerful enough to do that.
It just kind of goes, maybe we go back and let everyone know. I don't think this is just dinosaur time anymore. Kay just motions up and down at the dead body and repeatedly goes, dead body.
Alright, well, does the dead body have any teeth markings, any scratches?
That is actually fair.
There is the man's throat has been cut.
Okay. At the moment we notice that, Cade looks at Dino defiantly and goes, see, murder, and then just keeps looking over the body and straight back down to it.
Hold on, I'm just going through my notes here. There are one or two sort of odd looking they kind of look like a cross between like a really bad bruise and almost some like targeted like necrosis. You find a pretty large mark on the man's back and another on his right leg.
Does it appear from a teeth mark, a claw mark, or the mark, or like a slice from a weapon?
Oddly enough, none of those.
Kay just kind of looks perplexed and just kind of goes, then what?
Wait, you said bruise. Is it a bludgeoning mark?
Well, yeah, I said it looks like a bruise.
I know, and the only weapon that I know that can do bruises really well is bludgeoning weapons. A hammer, a war
Kay
hammer.
touches where the bruise, where what we think is the bruise.
Make
And
a
she's
make a heal check. Either one of you.
okay.
I would say probably Cade since you're touching it.
Yeesh. I'm going.
She can do it first, but I would also
You
like to
said
know.
it.
Well, yeah, it's fine. You
said
can
it
you can both
looked
roll.
like
You can
bruise.
both roll. I would say yeah.
I'm
Cade.
gonna let Kate go first.
All right, so a 5.
Of
Now
course, the
let the
damn seer is not good
druid
at healing.
let the druid work his magic in crocodile form.
I can bite it. That's about
There
it.
we go. That's what I'm talking about.
These particular markings on the body were caused by some kind of energy or magic.
Magic. Wait a minute. What type of magic? Like burning, electricity, acid, perhaps, poison?
Well, given the nature of the appearance of these markings, you think it could be negative energy.
Fuck. Druids don't have any spells like that, do I?
I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, you probably do, but I would imagine it's something like higher level. Whereas other
Then I know exactly what happened.
whereas other types of casters would get something like that at a lower level.
I think that he came across the lizard folk, and some lizard folk has like high level druids. Like, not telling Kate this, but for example, like I'm pretty sure that my own mentor will be more than capable of doing this.
So you're thinking that
Possibly.
to yourself.
So unless it's another humanoid that's totally random, and this world is not too random, I think lizard folk did this.
Okay.
Cade just. So you're still thinking that, right?
Yep. But
So
of course, I'm going
Cade
to tell you that I think lizard folk did it, but I'm not going to tell you exactly how.
Yeah, no, that's why I was checking in. So
So I'm
So
assuming the way
Cade-
this is going is like you're relaying to Chopper that you think like your old tribe might have something to do with this.
Likely,
And
yes.
then-
Gotcha.
but then telling Chomper not to tell me that part, just telling me that it might be specifically like lizard.
Might be
folk or
specifically
people.
lizard folk, but I'm not telling you like it's from mine.
Which
Yes.
lizard folk? Yeah, I got you.
Got it.
So at this point, I'm going to look at Diino, and then look at the body and see if I can find anything that marks like who they are.
And
Like,
actually, do that. I want to take a
themselves.
look around to see if there's like anyone looking at us.
If it's someone I might even recognize from the area, like
All right.
if
So
they have letters or something on them.
Dino, roll perception. Cade, roll local knowledge, and roll perception as well. To look for any like distinguishing features.
I know nothing.
Okay.
That's a maybe.
I know some things and then I see nothing. That's what that is.
Let's see. Cade, you're not exactly sure who this person is. You're led to believe that this is someone from outside of Sandpoint. It's not anybody you recognize. As you as you sort of the body when you found it was face down. As you go to sort of look him over, I mean, you figure you got to flip the body over to see if it's someone you know, right? So you flip the body over, and sure enough, much like the other murders, or most of the other murders at least, there is part of the chest has been carved out into a Sahedron. And then Dino, what did you want to know again? I'm sorry.
If anyone's looking at us.
Oh, there's nobody around. You look around in all directions. You don't spot a soul.
I would realize there's
Gotta
muted.
make sure.
So are these the murders that we thought we solved by stopping those people, or are these the new murders that we got asked to check out?
Well, you knew from the notes that you found in the basement of the Misgivings. Well, not the basement. The caverns below the Misgivings, that that Aldern wasn't the head of the operation.
Yeah, so I'm just slapping Dino repeatedly, Crocodino, because that's how I communicate with him, even though I could easily talk to Chomper. And then I look at Chomper after I stop slapping him, going, body, hole, same kind of hole. We found something. Big clue. Misgivings.
I just squint at Case. I'm gonna say in Crocodino language. I can still understand what you're saying. I just can't talk to you.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, what? No, what that was? What that was an odd sound, and I never want to hear a crocodile try to speak again.
Yeah, you just hear crocodile noises.
It's just like I'm disturbed. I just start walking down the river from where we came and going, I'm getting everyone else. Holy body, same kind of holy bodies. We ain't doing this anymore. Kate says it just starts.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Kate before she gets too far away from me.
Okay. Just because we've been on this for a bit, while all of this has been going on, the rest of you who are still in town, was there anything that anyone wanted to do in town, or should I just fast forward to them getting back?
Edge actually wanted to inquire about the Chopper's Island jobs and actually get people involved in that, but
Okay.
I'll do a job if I have my pistol.
How much longer do you have to wait for that?
Well, the rifle enchantment is a few days. She's also going to be crafting a pistol, and that'll take 2 days.
Does she not have any weapons at all? Or no?
Nope. I have a razor.
That's good enough, isn't it? How big
No.
is it?
E4.
It's a D4.
Oh, as in like an actual shit. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I could just lend you the adamant sword for now.
That's an idea.
Gunslinger is going fighter to this game.
Well, I would prefer to have my pistol done. I would assume that it would take, what, 2 days?
2 days, given the cost of it, yeah. 2 days to make a masterwork pepper box, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather do
Alright.
that. That way I definitely can do good.
But Edge would be annoyed, but then I guess he'll just look for some other job he can do just to make some spare change.
Let's look
Yeah,
for,
maybe-
like, finding a lost kid job. I mean, that turned out well last time.
Yeah, there are plenty of smaller jobs like that. Like I had one that I was about to. Oh yeah, here we go. This one is actually even loosely related to a more recent thing that you guys did. So there's a posting from someone who didn't give their name, but they mentioned that they work at the lumber mill, and they are asking for help with sort of the mental state of a name that is recognizable. It is Ebor Thorn, who was the sort of like guy who worked the same shift as the man who was murdered in the mill. This job posting is saying that Ibor just has not been the same since the incident. I mean, granted, it hasn't been that long since yet, but he's gone through a lot of behavioral changes because of him having found the bodies in the mill. It's almost as if he himself is haunted by the images that he saw that night.
What do we have to do to help him?
The job posting is just asking for anyone who has the ability to set him right.
Can I make an insight to mean what that mean to figure out what that means?
This would be. I mean, I guess you could roll sense motive, yeah.
A natural 20. Unnatural, I mean.
Dirty 20. Natural 19 though, that's pretty good. So you get the sense that he has obviously been like severely traumatized from finding his sort of like working partner killed and mangled on the floor of the mill, as well as the woman that he had been seeing sort of on the side in there as well. But from the sounds of the posting, it would seem that if something isn't done soon, he's going to have to be committed. And whoever wrote this job posting really just wants to get their employee back in a good headspace.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, Edge will basically then. Like, he's not a doctor, but at the very least, you can see to talk to the guy, so Edge will take the job.
I guess I'll just go along to help Edge out.
All right. What's Dream doing?
Probably sleeping.
Dream things.
I'm not sleeping.
Hey, listen, I don't know what you do, but like every other time you're sleeping.
Nobody knows what he's doing.
Okay, well, what does Dream want to do, if anything?
Where is Dream?
I would assume that you're just at the tavern with everybody else, except for
I'm just at the tavern.
Diino and Kaede. Yeah, they went off on their own.
Okay, all right. Because I was listening to that whole thing and I totally forgot where Dream was.
That's totally fair. It's that went on for a while. So yeah, you're in the tavern. Edge and Ursulin are looking at the job board. Kat is kind of just sitting around, still reading her history book.
I'm gonna go see Jabril.
All right, you're gonna go see Jabril. Sounds good. All right, so Kat sort of just looks up from her book and says, "Do any of you need me to do something? Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep reading."
Nah, you're good. Keep reading your smut.
She says, "Hey, I'm reading history now."
The history of smut.
The history
So
of
you're not
smut.
there yet.
Okay, so let's see. You're going to Jabril. All right. So after taking the posting, you head straight to the lumber mill, or you do anything else first?
No, we're headed straight there.
this up a little bit. So let's see. The body and the guards have been removed. Let's see. Get rid of the tokens.
You should get rid of mine too, because you updated my token.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Don't worry. And I now have to get the token of the guy you're supposed to be helping. So, one moment. Right. Oh, come on. I hate my taskbar sometimes. Alright. So, you guys would be over by this entrance down here.
That's a dead body.
Yeah,
That body has been discovered.
Yeah, that's not one that I can remove from this map, unfortunately. It was just drawn that way. Okay, so... You walk into the mill, and...
I fixed it.
You hear someone stumbling around on the other side of the space, like up towards the top here.
Edge will just follow the noise in very carefully.
I'll just follow Edge. I see everything.
Is it up the stairs or behind you?
It is on the other side, like over here.
Alright, then
It's
let's
this
go.
way. It's away. No, you could just go past.
So what you find is a very distraught and also tired looking man. Like, looks like he has not slept in quite a while. He is currently armed. He is holding a hand axe. He turns around. He was like staring intently at the log splitter, and when he hears your footsteps, he turns around, and he holds out the axe towards Edge, and he says, "You, the two of you." You've got ghosts. You've got ghosts possessing you. I can see it. Don't come any closer.
Can I show you? We are ghost free.
He says, I don't believe you. This log splitter. It's haunted, and whatever is there, it's taken hold of you. I can see it.
I think you're confused.
I think you're traumatized. Sir, kindly put the axe down and let's discuss this.
Edge, you're real quiet.
I can hear him.
Oh, okay, then it's just
Just
my
turn,
end.
Allie, just turn him up on Discord.
Yeah. He just.
That's what I had to do.
He's like moving. He's like moving his arm between, like pointing the axe like between the two of you, and just to stay back.
Hold on, can I see if there's something that can be used with bless cure light wounds. Okay, can I detect evil?
Sure.
Do I sense the presence of ghosts here? Or any evil spirit, malicious spirit?
You do not.
Can he see me casting the spell?
He can, but he is so he's so fixated on this notion that you and Ursula are possessed that he doesn't understand the spell.
So then Edge will sort of just calmly like sort of put his hands out and just be like, "Sir, I am a paladin of the Church of Milani. I'm very positive, sure, that I can assure you that there are no malicious spirits in this building anymore. Sir, you need to calm down. Fight's over. And I'd like to roll for diplomacy."
Sure, go ahead. His initial response is okay. So he looks at you and he says, "No, I had the log splitter dismantled, but I can still hear it. I can still hear it running."
Sir,
How about I cleanse the area for you? And I'll completely block that.
the
All right, roll bluff.
Paladins-
Because I don't have my gun on me, so it would just seem like I'm a normal person. How about it? Can I cleanse the area for you, sir?
Let's see. I'll have him roll a sense motive, and he's going to take a penalty because of his current state. He looks at you and he says, I don't trust you. You're possessed.
Okay, well, is this man also possessed? And I point to Edge.
He says, "Yes, you're both possessed. I see the ghosts of my friend and that woman within you."
Sir, I've never met your friend or
Uh,
the woman you speak of.
I whispered to Edge of like, his friend was the person that we found that was killed by Aldern.
Yeah, that was before Edge joined you guys, but yes.
So I just update Edge on these.
Yeah. I understand. You're filling him in.
The bodies aren't still there, are they?
No, they're not still there, but
Yeah, no, they're not. They've
probably
been taken
blood
away.
stain is still there. Like, I don't know how good their cleaning supplies are in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean the lumber mill. It looks like there's been a pass through here to cleaned up somewhat, but the job wasn't perfect. There's still some small blood stains on the wood floor, one or two on the walls. They're scarce, but they're there.
I mean, maybe we should just get Father involved in this. Father, what's his face?
Father Xantus.
See,
Father Zankus. I was gonna say Father Z because I know it started with a Z, but
Yeah, I
we
mean
don't have that
you wouldn't
kind
have
of
you wouldn't have been wrong.
okay.
We don't have that kind of time. If he does something crazy with that axe, then what?
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Sarah, how about you accompany us to Father Zankus to get us possessed, as you say we are, or haunted. I mean, sorry. Because I know you wouldn't trust us unless we got cleansed. So how about you join us on our way to the temple? Just come over. I don't know what it's called.
The cathedral, but yes.
Thank you. Let's try to compliment my head around once again. Follow the cathedral, have cleanse us, and then we can help you.
Roll diplomacy. His expression becomes slightly less guarded. He doesn't drop the hand axe, but he lowers it to his side.
Seeing this, I'm just like, you can keep the weapon aimed at us if that makes you feel more comfortable.
He looks at both of you and he says, no tricks.
Nope, no tricks at all. See, I have no weapon. I really don't. I guess we'll have him walk us to the cathedral then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he he accompanies both of you to the cathedral. Let's see here.
Such a big map. Oh,
And
gotta do some cleansing.
he walks behind you. Father Xanthus is standing right about here. His back is turned at the moment, and he is finishing a conversation with one of the younger priests of the church. But he did hear you come in, and he sort of dismisses this young priest, and then turns around and starts walking towards you. And he says, "Ah, yes, nice to see you all at a, shall we say, more normal hour of the day. What can I do for you?"
Yeah, it seems that me and my friend here are haunted, and the kind gentleman behind us has escorted us here, and he is also in need of some help.
I'm gonna have him make a sense motive check to try and.
I'm making a bunch of faces because the guy's behind us, and I'm like doing the weird, like the pointing my eyes like towards him and like that one.
Let's see if he gets what you're cooking here. All right, it's a 14.
And I'm not trying to make it like not obvious. Like it's pretty fucked up.
No,
Like,
I
it's
know,
what-
I know. He looks at you and he says, "Right. Well, I can tell that. I can tell who needs help here."
Mm-hmm.
I think to make the situation easier, you should help us all.
Mm-hmm.
He just says, "Follow me," and he brings you all into the Temple of Desna. He stands up against the wall, asks Ebor to approach. He sees that Ebor is still holding the axe, and Father Xanthus has a star knife strapped to his belt, so it's not like he's unarmed. But he looks at Ebor and he says, I can tell you are suffering, my friend." Ebor kind of just stands there silent. He is on the verge of tears, given everything that he's seen and been through in the past few days. Father Xanthus, he looks at you guys, and he says, "This man's mental state is beyond my ability to cure all at once, but I can offer a temporary solution." And he is going to cast Lesser Restoration on Ebor. He says, "Well, this won't undo the things that you've seen and the horrors you've experienced, but it should set you right for at least a little while." And you could tell that just from standing behind him that Ebor's expression becomes a bit less combative. He isn't on like a hair trigger over some ghosts at this very moment. And Father Xanthus, again, more speaking now more to the two of you, and he says, "Right, again, I don't have the magic necessary to cure him. We'll have to either figure out a way for him to come see me on some sort of consistent basis, or I will have to contact some of the faith in Magnamar, or potentially even far away Corvosa, if I can't cure this man's condition.
I think whatever works. I'm just gonna look at Eber and be like, do you feel better now?
He says, "Do you? I don't see any more ghosts."
Yes, I feel fantastic.
Edge will also turn to the father and basically say, this would also be something you may want to discuss with his employer about. It's he who hired us. He's worried about his medical condition, and it's been deteriorating rather badly.
Father Xantus nods and he says, I'll reach out to them and get their opinions on what he's going through. I never got the chance to see the crime scene down there. Although I heard that it was plenty gruesome. I can't imagine what this man is going through. I can tell you though that he is definitely suffering from schizophrenia.
The wounds of the mind are not healed easily. Anyway, shall we leave him in your care?
Father Xantus thinks for a moment and says, "You may. In the meantime, I would see to finding his employer for whatever payment you're owed, or honestly, the mayor might want to know about this too. The lumber mill is one of our oldest institutions here in town, and we'd hate to see any backlash or negative trajectory for it based on one man's nightmares."
So then that's what we'll do. And then Ed just, he bids him farewell, and he heads out to the employer and to the mayor.
Okay.
Follow Edge, but I'll tell Eber to stay here until he's, happier, I guess. Then I just leave.
Okay. So go ahead. Sorry.
We'll probably go to his employer first to get paid if we could. Was there even
Yeah.
any cash listed for it?
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part of what you said.
Was there even any payment listed?
There wasn't. However, there on the post was an insignia of one of the founding families in Sandpoint, being the Scarnettis. So you would assume that they're who you have to talk to, and as one of the sort of founding noble families of the town, you assume they have money.
Right then. Yeah, so then we'll go over to Scarnettis then.
All right. Let's see. I don't think I have a map for that specific place, but I will just put you on I'll put you guys on the bigger
city map will work.
the city map, and I'll sort of ping where that is. So their manor is going to be all the way in the southwest, number 48 here. So I'm just gonna paste you guys on here for now. So you
The mid-levels back up.
so you arrive, and Ursuline, the just the I already put you on the map. You're there, but
I'm
Yeah,
here.
sorry. Just,
it's all right.
Ooh.
Double edge. When you realize that it's the Scarnettis, you actually remember the treasure chest that you found from your map.
Oh yeah.
There was an item in there. There was an item that in there related to the Scarnettis.
Do I have that in my list?
It's not listed on your inventory, but I don't know what else you would have done with it. So
It would
it's
probably be in my room.
yeah. You remember? Let me just scroll through to find exactly what it is because I don't want to get this wrong. This is the item you remember having. Is you actually have the deed
Oh, the deed to the mill.
to the family mill, the grain
Yeah.
mill that they own, which you haven't done anything with that yet. But
I mean, I could add. What is like? Can we having the deed? Does that mean I own it or no?
you would have to have the deed sort of like vetted
Notarized.
and yeah, notarized and like verified by probably Mayor Deverin, as well as any maybe like clerks that she has in her office. The sheriff might want to be present for that. But yeah, there'd be a bit of a process to go through, and if everything checks out, then yes, you would own that mill.
Okay.
but for now, let's see what the how would I pronounce Scarnettis?
Scarnetti, yeah.
Let's see what happens there.
All right,
For
so
now, don't tell anyone about the deed. I don't care.
all right, so you go ahead, you walk up to the front door. There, a young woman answers the door, and she looks at you guys and says, "Hello. I've never seen you before. My name is Elise. What can I do for you?"
We're inquiring about we're here to inquire about the job posting that you listed in regards to the mill. We're here to what's that word? Debrief you on the results of that job.
Oh yes. I didn't make that post myself. That was my brother, but I do know all about it. My father is currently out of town on business, but I'm able to help and pay out for any good deeds that you've done. So what happened over there?
We took him to Father Xantes and kind of got him mentally better. We got him mentally better. He
believes that
the saw at the wood place though.
Oh yeah, the sawmill.
Yeah, he dismantled it because he thought it was haunted because his friends died there. He was just a little bit of a basket case, but Father Xantes made him better.
perhaps it would be wiser for him to avoid the mill for now. You may keep him in employment, I would say, but I would have him allocated elsewhere until his condition improves.
Well, I suppose that would be best. I'm pretty sure we could use extra gardening help around here. I'll talk it over with Father when he gets back.
And he may ease his mind as well. It's less taxing
Oh, I'm sure it
Yeah,
would.
that's
I could never. I know I would never want to work with such dangerous equipment.
the equipment is not the least of his concerns, sadly.
Yes, yes, of course. The murders and the ghosts and any other nightmares that he's having. I understand. Well, at any rate, I'm glad that you came along and decided to help us, and more importantly, help him. He's been a very good employee for us at the mill, and we would hate to see him descend into madness, so to speak.
Indeed.
So I'm sure you're wanting payment for your good deeds. I will be right back. Just wait right there. And she goes off into the house, goes up a flight of a spiral staircase, flight of stairs, and disappears for a couple minutes. She comes back with a sack that is jingling as if it's full of coins, and she says, "Well, I'm sure this is just a modest sum to you adventuring types, but if I paid out any more, Father would be upset with me. But this should cover it, and it's a pretty decent sum in the bag. Counting it out, it looks like about 400 gold."
I look at Edge and be like, do you want to just split it evenly since it was just you and I doing this?
Yeah, so basically 200 me, 200 for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you subtract the gold cost for the gun?
Still haven't done that yet.
How much would it be? Again, for the Masterworks pepper box?
Oh, let me recalculate that.
I
Because
think it's in the chat.
yeah, the pepper box to craft with the masterwork component is going to be, let's see, go to firearms.
Is it like 1,300?
Let's see. So pepper box is 3K. The masterwork component is 300. It gets divided in half for firearms, so it's 1650.
1650. Okay. So do some quick math here. 7, okay. Okay. 100. Okay. Alright. I have the correct amount of gold now.
Nice. Oh, sweet. Kim's here. So I had.
Meaning I do back to the tavern while you do it what Kim wants.
Yeah. So I kind of just off-screened Kat going out and buying crossbow bolts, since it's all you really listed, as well as doing some flirting with Sava, you know. So I've put 50 bolts in your inventory and subtracted the 5 gold cost for that.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, to sort of finish getting you caught up, Edge and Urzulin just went to help out Ebor, who has been suffering from some mental illness and night terrors since the murders at the mill. Kaede and Diino were out looking for dinosaurs still, although Diino earlier did track down an egg and gave it to Shayliss and said, "Hey, this is basically your problem now."
She must learn responsibility.
That's right. And now we're going to do Jareem over at Jabrail's spot, the feed bag. So let's do that. So, Dream, you walk into the feed bag to find Jabrail counting money. Actually, he's sitting at a table pretty openly, as there's nobody else in the bar right now. It's mid-afternoon, so most of their clientele isn't in yet. But he says, "Well, if it isn't my favorite customer, what's going on?"
Dream's gonna look around and to make sure no one's like listening. And he's gonna say, "Do you have anything that would make a good bomb?"
Well, this is a surprise. I don't even let my own men carry bombs. They can't be trusted with explosives after all the incidents they've put me through. What sort of what exactly are you looking for?
Not really lethal, but maybe something that would distract someone or a group of people. Make them see shit.
Are you asking me to sell you drugs for the purpose of making a bomb?
Absolutely.
Because you could just ask me for drugs. It's okay.
Well, I'm asking your opinion.
Oh, well, why not? That sounds kind of fun, actually. I've never attempted that before.
So what do you got?
Well, let's see. Let's see. How many new things does he have? Okay.
I'm gonna whisper something to you, Tim. I want to know if it's possible.
Okay. So in terms of new drugs, he pulls out a small basket containing these faintly glowing black berries.
Black berries, you say?
I have craft alchemy. How does one have craft alchemy, but not be able to do it?
I don't know. Let me get through this. So he explains that these berries come special from a place out in the wilderness that he is not really willing to share the exact location right now. But he says that if you make these berries into a tea, you will become very relaxed and calm. And after a few minutes, your body will be cloaked in flames. And as long as you stay calm, the flames won't hurt you.
That could come in handy.
Yeah, he says that these are aptly named. They are ember berries.
Okay, I'll take some of those.
All right. The next item he has is, let's see what I've rolled here. The next item he has is he pulls out. It kind of looks like a beer bottle. It doesn't smell very good at all. And he says, this stuff here, well, you know that old saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah, well, that's not what this is. In this case, whatever doesn't kill you makes you want to do more of it. This stuff is called underdrink. It's made with several poisonous herbs and monster venoms, and it's all mixed and distilled together. If you drink a whole bottle of this stuff, well, let's just say it could go very poorly for you if you're not accustomed to poisons, let's say. But if you survive, it'll get you hooked.
That kind of sounds like a lose-lose to me.
Yeah, but you're not drinking it. Remember, you asked me for stuff to make bombs.
Yeah, but like getting people addicted to a drug.
Listen, you're talking to a guy that sells drugs, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm not the one to have this argument with.
What else you got?
He pulls out another bottle. This is a red liquid inside of it. He says, "Well, this one here goes by a few different names. Some call it bone hurting juice. Some call it hate in a bottle. I just like to call it red time because that's the real name of it. This is a potion that is brewed from a very strange red-colored weed that grows in deeper forests. There are also some rather grotesque ingredients that I won't tell you about, just to spare your constitution there. Basically, you give someone a shot of this, and they will kind of go psychotic, and they'll attack anyone and anything they see.
Huh.
And I'll tell you one thing, the flavor of this, it's pretty bad, but you can mask it with alcohol.
Yeah, I'll definitely take some of that.
Then he's got one more. This is okay. This comes in a little baggie, and it is a translucent orange-colored powder. He says this little number here will keep you safe in even the coldest, most uninhabitably wintry environments. You take this stuff, and now to be truthful here, it will incapacitate you momentarily, and it'll raise your temperature sky high for 1 minute. But if you're suffering from frostbite or hypothermia or any kind of severe cold-induced condition, this'll take care of it for you.
How long are you incapacitated for?
Probably about as long as you feel like you're burning up. About a minute. We like to call this stuff fever fire around here.
Yeah, that could prove useful, definitely.
All right. So you said you wanted some berries, you wanted some of the fever fire, and you wanted some of the red thyme. About how much of each?
Well, what are the prices?
Well, I should tell you that the ember berries are a bit on the high side when it comes to price. They are pretty rare, and it takes an effort to get them. Um, I would say that they'd be no less than 8 gold apiece. And then the red time, one dose here in this little small vial. That'll go for about 5 gold. And then finally the fever fire. One baggie is about a dose. It's about 5 gold as well.
Give me 7 berries. I'll take. 4 of the red time, and then 4 of the other one. The baggie of the fever fire.
Alright, so that's gonna total up to, and of course I'll cut you a bit of a break for buying in bulk. Let's call it 90 gold.
Alright, I can do that.
Alright. That's what you've purchased. Pleasure doing business as always, and I hope you come on back and let me know how it all went.
Oh, you know I will.
All right, good seeing you. And he gets back to counting his money, including what you've just paid him.
Now, where do I go to get shit to make a grenade?
I would say you probably go to the blacksmith, and I would imagine you'd want to ask for probably some different bits of more like scrap metal, something that's already been like refined. Might be a bit difficult to work with. But you can certainly see what they've got.
Actually, could Edge help out with that? I do have craft weapon, but I don't know if that applies for something like that.
In terms of working the materials, I mean, I suppose you could.
I'll leave it up to you. Because I would say a bomb could also be considered like a trap or something, so...
Right.
And that's why I was asking if I can make bombs as well. Because I have firearm, and I don't know, in some worlds it's considered a firearm.
Yeah, let me real quick look up.
Oh, they are. Hand grenades are regulated under the National Firearms Act, so in real world they're firearms. I don't know about this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're made up of some of the major components, so they might be.
Hi.
Hi. Does Kaede know how to make explosives?
Does Kate know how to count explosives? That'd be hysterical. Like, I know the theory of it, but I have no way to execute it just because of all the odd jobs I used to work with the underground people.
So I would say that you could, with like metalworking and I suppose with the firearm crafting, that would require a check though, unlike your gunsmith features.
Yeah.
you could fashion like the shell or
The
casing
container,
of the bomb,
yeah.
but Dream would have to make the check to actually like put the substance into it and make sure that it all works.
Teamwork, yay.
Yeah, so like you could help him make it, but he's still gonna have to make the check to actually like finalize everything.
Okay.
So, what are we doing now?
Edge would probably be heading back to the tavern to see what's going on and everyone else.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
get
with
everyone out.
Edge.
All right, so Edge and Ursula go back. Dream, you too, or you got other stuff you want to do?
No, I'll go back to.
All right. Everyone heads on back to the Rusty Dragon. By now, I would say it's coming up on. Well, let's just say that Ameko is starting to cook dinner for everybody. I'd say-
4:35.
yeah, it's a probably more like 5-6. But she's deep in making meals for herself and Bethana as well as all of you. And as far as anyone else who might come in, she's kind of just waiting and making those to order. But
I guess I would, once I get back, I'll continue working on my pistol.
all right. So yeah, you go ahead and you start the process of making your new pepper box. Like I said, Kat did her crossbow bolt shopping already. Dino and Kaede have returned from their expedition. So yeah, you're all in one place again.
I think we did.
Yeah, I fast forward a couple hours from when we left off with you guys. So yeah, you would have made it back by now.
Damn it, we lost track of the dinosaur. All is lost.
No, but you did find a body with with another Sahedron carved out of it. So
Not important. Dinosaur. We'll try again, not tomorrow, but the next day, because tomorrow Dino's training Shayliss.
So I
Oh.
immediately was sprinting to the inn, like while he's still Crocodino and figuring his shit out. So I just busted in the door.
Oh
with
no,
everyone
I'm
there.
as soon as I get close to the town, I'm gonna transform back. I don't
Alright.
need people
No,
to
I
know
know.
that I have this power yet.
But because you have to take that time to do that, I literally just leave you and I get into the inn like a few seconds beforehand. So I just bust open the door and I start yelling about how there's a dead body with holes in it. I don't mention your form. I know what it's like to have to keep a secret. But I am freaking out to everyone else about how there's a body with holes in it, just like how in the Misgivings, because I backtrack a bit and go, whoa. Okay, it's not just holes. It's the same kind of hole that we saw last time. You know, like the cylindrical like kind of thing, like right in the chest. Just it did not look good. We found one of those. We didn't find a dinosaur. We found that. Okay, just says, kind of looking at everyone, kind of like. If anyone's watched Community, Abed's mannerisms.
Yeah.
Just as they're talking.
Ed sort of looks at you and just sort of like, if you could see a guy doing like sort of like a what expression, that's what it is. It's like, slow down.
What?
Like just start from the beginning. What happened when you two were?
We went looking for a dinosaur. I saw some really adorable babies of lizard folks trying to learn how to hunt. Kind of got sidetracked on that. Went back looking for more dinosaurs and found a dead body with a hole in it. Same kind of hole as the ones that we've been finding.
I was kind of hoping for a dinosaur.
Yeah, I was too, but I
So was
figured we could
I,
come back
as I walk in.
Oh, hey! Slowpoke. Kaede grins.
Slowpoke, I was carrying you the entire time, jackass.
Kaede just snickers and goes, but yeah, dead body with holes in it. Take it away, Dino.
How old
Okay,
was
two
it?
things. For starters, basically, Edge, you weren't here for this, but small string of murders that
They told him.
oh yeah. That's about it, really. And as much as you guys would like to, I don't recommend checking it out.
Hold up. I thought that. So, wait. Ursulin's secret admirer was not the one who was killing everybody?
No, I'm pretty sure
Probably
it
was in his local area, but he's not responsible for all of them.
He's
Mother.
responsible for a mass majority of them.
Cat's
Yeah.
gonna angrily put down her book, like, God damn it!
Yeah, like you all know that Aldrin wasn't the kingpin by this point.
Yeah, Cade just kind of looks at Kat and goes, yeah, I know, felt the same too. It's kind of what I did to Diino when I said we should come back when he wanted to keep looking for dinosaurs. But
You were
looking
on
back
the
at
right
Diino,
trail, god damn it.
body, I just
Not
keep
as
saying at him.
important.
We just throw a piece of bread at his head.
Oh no.
So
Rat.
you've chosen death!
That was a waste of good bread.
At this point, you just see the little pup come running from by the edge of the bar and just comes and grabs the bread and goes, no, it's not. Cade says
That is
happily.
definitely a waste of bread.
Cade just looks and scowls at Ursulin and just says, just because my pop has free reign when we're here does not mean it's a waste of bread.
It's
And then I pet him.
Can we all focus on the dead body, please?
Cade
I mean, there's
just
nothing to
kinda-
focus on, Edge. Dead body with a, like
Can
every
we
killer has
focus
his
on
own
when
thing.
I have my guns, please?
Well, Edge turns to Kat and Diino and is basically like, where did you find it, anyways? How far out
It
is it?
was
And that's the entire reason, Edge, we are not going to investigate it. It's in Listerfolk territory, and those are some aggressive motherfuckers, so no.
I mean, we could once I get my
Edge is already-
guns.
Edge is already out the door. Says, "I'm
Okay,
going
I
to
grab
talk to
Edge.
the
Oh,
sheriff."
no, you don't.
Oh no,
He
no.
says he's going to talk.
Oh,
I'm going
no.
to talk to the sheriff about this first, and then I'm going to examine that body myself.
just
I'm
looks
gonna
at
chase
Diino
after
and
him.
shrugs. Cade looks
Alright.
at everyone and goes, I'm sorry. Oh, we should follow. Oh shit, we should follow.
If he's going full speed, I'm gonna transform to a pterodactyl so I catch up.
And he's going to walk. If you try to do something, then he's going to do something to you.
Alright, so Diino uses another wild shape to turn into a pterodactyl.
Pteranodon to be more precise.
Pteranodon.
Wait, did
okay.
we see him do this?
You're inside the thing, so no,
Giant
you do
chameleon
not.
before.
Yeah, I guess it was after. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, because you. Well,
He's
that
turned into a giant chameleon before.
right. Yeah, but no, yeah, that was never mind. I got confused. That was before. That was before your last rest. So.
Yeah, and if I'm transformed into a reptile or a dinosaur, I can do that 3 times.
Yeah. So this is your second use for
So
the
it's
day.
my second.
And yeah, so Diino exited the tavern before transforming, I assume.
Yes, I need room to fly.
And yeah, bystanders are greeted to a pteranodon now flying above their city, or their town, rather.
I'm swooping up and grabbing Edge.
Make a combat maneuver check.
Okay, but
Well,
first
no.
I need to give myself the necessary strength, because I get a +4, I think, to strength. Gotta make sure it's the right one.
Well, let's see. It's
That's
pteranodon is a
these.
what size is it?
Oh no, I'm talking about like it works as B shape too, and whenever I transform into something large, I get +4 to strength.
Right. Yeah. So just check off the wild shape large box in your buff thing, because that's why I put it there.
Oh, neat.
It should do everything for you. All right. So yeah, go ahead and make that combat maneuver check, and
Oh, me or him?
him.
Get over here, boy.
Yeah, you grab Edge.
Can I counter that in any way?
Well, he beats your CMD, so he at least grabs you. You can attempt to escape. You by I have a bookmark for this. I know I have one because I remember having to seek this out. Where is it? Yes, my grapple flowchart.
Oh, Lord, I heard about those.
Yeah, honestly, the flowchart doesn't really make it that much less confusing. But okay, so your options are you can attempt to break free, you can attempt to take control of the grapple.
If I take control of the grapple, could I potentially fly my way to the sheriff's?
All right, so now you make a combat maneuver check against his defense to take control.
Knowing me, I will fail.
You succeed. You meet the DC. So you are now in control of the grapple.
Right then.
I will take back my control, please.
Oh god, it
You can
begins.
try. You can try as you begin fighting over who's in control. Okay, Diino retakes
28!
control.
And I'm flying back to the end, you fucking
You literally just need to make
unworkable
a
son of a
20 or a
bitch.
19 to beat him.
Do I roll again?
Yeah,
Fuck off.
yeah. Because you were
Eyes
in
are
control
blue,
and
God.
after your last roll, you get a bonus to regain control.
Oh, what's
yes.
the bonus?
And you didn't even need the bonus. So Edge takes back control.
Can I just perhaps walk out of the tavern for no reason, just to take a breath of fresh air and see this bullshit?
Yeah, I don't think they would have gotten very far. And either way, it's above the town.
Since I
so-
gotten control back, can I roll combat maneuver
I'm gonna
bonus
stand
again?
here and look directly up and be like, what the fuck are those two idiots doing?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna go back and forth fighting over control of each other, then yeah, go ahead and roll a combat maneuver. Yeah, Diino retakes control of the grapple.
So I pointed at everyone else and goes, so do you want to see where the body is? I don't really know why Diino doesn't want you to see it. We've run into just so much more dangerous shit.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
That's
Okay.
what Edge is wondering.
Sons of
10 feet in the
bitches!
air.
When they
Cage
come
is
out of the
locked.
tavern, I'm just gonna stop them and make them look up.
Yeah, no, so Kaede and Kat have already walked well past us, and then I guess once that happens, Ursula just kind of like starts poking at them, going, guys,
So
that's what I'm envisioning.
while the armored Asmar paladin plays grab ass with a pteranodon, the rest of you
But you know what else are you going to do to get down safely? To be fair,
the rest of you
Oh, no, I'm consistently going up higher.
the rest of you follow Kaede out of the tavern
I
As-
noticed that Kate's leading them.
as they lead everyone else towards
You
where
have
this
to roll
body was.
perception for that. I mean, you're currently wrestling in midair.
Yeah, roll perception, and you are distracted, so it's going to be at a penalty. Yeah, I would say you still, out of the corner of your eye, see Kaede
Oh.
leading everybody out of the tavern.
I wouldn't say she's leading us yet. We're still just watching. We're still just watching you two fucking fight.
Well, no, Kaede initiated the whole like let's go see the body, and is
yes. Why
It's
is
heading that
Ed
way.
suffering this?
And Kat's following me, so because I knew Diino can't stop all of us.
I'm just gonna
So
keep
I'm being a smart ass for all the fucking rolling
That may
shit he
be
did to me
Cade,
in
but
the
you're the one
water.
who knows where it is.
so currently
So I'm going down and I'm getting paid.
So currently, Edge and Diino are 10 feet off the ground, battling each other like a couple of WWE wrestlers, and so it's Diino is in control of the grapple, and it's Edge's turn to do something about it if he wants.
Is there a building nearby so that I don't just completely
corral
flummox
some
away?
people around and make a bet on who's gonna win.
Let me look at the city map. God damn it, you've drifted a bit to the west in midair. So the closest building is going to be let's see here. Is going to be the meat market, which is a short distance away from the tavern itself. You
What
are
about Sheriff's office?
you're probably just out of reach to grab hold to something on the outside or sort of land on a roof or an awning or anything like that. I would say you would probably have to control the grapple again to get to where you want.
And I'll do just that.
Fuck off, Edge! Just fucking cooperate. Ah! Not high enough.
Well, no, because he does get a bonus for having been in control after his previous roll. At least that's how I'm playing this. And
So, how big is the bonus?
It's a +5, so with that becomes a
Of
20.
course it fucking is!
Becomes a 24, and Edge, for the moment, regains control.
And yes, I'm just gonna have him direct towards a building I can just get off of, climb down, and just get to the sheriff's office and let them know about the body. For the love of God.
Okay, so right now Edge would be considered the attacker because he is controlling. Let me see here about moving here.
Look at the chat.
So yeah, you can kind of direct the flight path here at half speed, making another combat maneuver check with a bonus.
I just wanted to go to the sheriff's office.
No.
Well,
That's 5.
he-
That's
that's funny. I'm
Plus
just
5
going to
plus-
take the body
Right.
with everyone else.
2 plus whatever is after the +5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you at half of your speed move enough to. Now, are you aiming for like the roof of this building or some kind of ledge, or are you trying to bring yourself to the ground?
ideally to the ground, if not whatever's the closest.
Okay, so you bring yourself low enough that taking a free fall from here wouldn't cause you any damage. You're only a couple feet off the ground.
Right.
So
Okay,
then,
so yeah, I would do this that.
all right, so yeah, you do that, and then you let go. You willingly let go, and you find yourself now on the ground.
I just
How far away is he from me?
Less than 5 feet.
Fuck.
Him. I'm following them.
In that case, I realize that. Oh, wait a minute. He doesn't know this area, so I'm gonna leave him be. I'm gonna go over to the others full speed, and I have a speed of 50 at the moment. So times 4, that's 200 feet. I'm gonna catch up to Kaede.
Okay, it doesn't take that much effort to catch up to Kaede as, wait, Ursuline, when you said follow them, you mean follow Kaede or follow...
I was following Diino and Edge that entire time, corralling people to place bets on who would win.
Oh, okay, so in that case, make a charisma check to try and get people to come over to you, and nobody cares about your betting scheme. They're just watching this circus show that's going on in front of them. All right, so yeah, Diino, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to catch up with Kaede and the others. They haven't gotten too far.
All right, cool. I'm grabbing Kaede.
God,
No, you're not.
Combat maneuver check.
No.
No, you're not grabbing Kaede.
Wait, I'm sorry. In response to seeing him fly over, can I try? How high up is he when he starts to fly over from me?
That would depend on how much further upward he went when resuming his flight. He was pretty.
Always go up 30 feet.
Yeah, because you said that Edge fell down, right?
Right. So Edge was able to sort of like bring Diino close enough to the ground that he could drop safely. But then then Dino's saying he ascended again when he resumed his flight. So yeah, he would have gone.
Seeing that he's ascending again, can I try and grapple him to try and make them fight again so I can get money?
Wait, I'm sorry. What are you trying to do?
I want to grab Diino before he can ascend and fly off.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make your own combat maneuver check now. Jesus Christ.
Is it CMB or CMD?
CMB as in boy, as in the one that you
All
can
right.
actually roll. Yeah, you don't. He's too fast.
All right. So anyway, while he's trying to impact me and he fucks up, I just put my hand in his face and shoot off one of these, and then I keep walking.
And I'm just
Okay.
with Ed right now as I try to jump up and grab Dino, and I go, huh,
Dino
hi,
makes
Ed,
Dino
here
makes
you
the
go.
save.
I'm gonna grab Kate again.
All right, try.
To the
Kate
sword,
says and
yeah.
smirks.
And he does.
All right. No, he doesn't. Boom! I'm out. Go away.
Alright, let me
Uh,
check this out. How's
It says it lifting enemy causes them to move at half speed and take a -4 penalty to their CMDs against bull rush, drag, and
Okay, so
repositioning for 1 round.
so what happens here is as Dino
I also literally push you away for 1 turn. This is what happens.
Yeah, as Dino attempts to grab, he gets close. Kaede flings themselves into the air, levitating there, causing the grab attempt to miss.
Yeet.
oh, when in doubt, do it again.
All right. I've implanted
Um,
another trick in myself then, because I can do these multiple times.
Kaede,
I can do this all day.
You can roll combat
Oh,
maneuver
crap,
to kind of like bull rush and prevent this grab as well. So you can. This is
So I'm going to combat maneuver. Where is that? CMD or CMB?
B.
Did not
So-
work well.
So it's going to be your roll. Well, no, the bonus is different because of this. So it's your roll plus your. So it's 11 plus your level, which is 6, plus your charisma modifier, which is 4. So that is you both rolled a 21.
Don't you laugh, it's still not high enough.
Sure, but this is an opposed check, so there's no
So
there's,
then-
there's no change to the situation.
Oh, in that case, I screech and try again.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Try again. Can you give
Okay,
up
then
already?
Boom. Fuck you.
Shit!
All right, you're dazzled for 1 minute.
Okay, you guys know the like meme when you're like, what does your dog have? Think of that, and that's Kay just running. I'm just yelling for everyone. It's this way.
All right, so being dazzled for a minute,
Okay.
that doesn't it doesn't really affect this situation too much, just because it's the penalty is just to attack rolls and perception checks. So you could maybe attempt to hide a little easier, but I mean,
Yeah, that's.
you,
I tried to get to the tree line before he could see me again, so you'd have to try to find me in a different way, and he couldn't keep dive bombing me as goddamn Birdman.
all right. So Kaede, you
Actually,
The
I can keep dive bombing you as Birdman.
Kaede,
You're
yeah,
just gonna pull out
sure,
one
I
needle
don't
somewhere?
know.
sure. You could do that, but then we're just never going to progress, and we're going to be sitting here all night rolling these checks.
I can live with that.
Maybe you can, but I'd prefer not to. So, Kaede manages to try and use this opportunity to float towards any tree cover or other, maybe hiding behind, like the corner of a building or something like that. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh wait, no. What that thing does is literally levitates the enemy and pushes them away from me.
Oh, I thought you
It's
were
like-
levitating yourself.
No, what it does is literally whenever something tries to grab me, it kind of goes heat, pushes them out.
Okay. Well, I mean, sure. So then, in that case, you can
So
still.
I'm literally running.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
so you,
a kid who has things that they shouldn't, and I'm just like sprinting away
all right.
as sort of dazzled him, being like, no, to the tree line, so he can't physically pick me up through the trees anymore. He's got to do something else.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
so I mean
yelling at
again,
everyone else
you're
to
still
follow.
looking for a place to
Yes.
hide / so yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to clarify that.
No, you're good. I just misread it then. All right, so that's your stealth
Oh
roll.
yeah, what is Kat gonna do? I heard her too.
Yeah, what does Kat want to do?
I'm just gonna sit there, eat popcorn, and watch this.
Oh, okay, that's
I'm so glad.
Sorry.
all right. So Kaede is attempting to hide, and I assume Dino is going after them.
Yes, I'm gonna be using my scent ability.
All right. So you pick up on where you think Kaede is.
Crap!
Go ahead.
Yeah, while they're aimlessly grabbing each
Roll
other,
the 4.
can
That's sad.
me and Edge go to the sheriff? Because I'm by Edge, and I'm assuming Edge would have told me that he wants to go to the sheriff.
Yeah, by all
Yeah,
means.
they're
By all
ready.
means, you can go track down the sheriff.
Well, that was my point. Either Dino had to either stop me from going to the body or Edge from going to the sheriff. Either way, something was going to progress.
Dino fails to grab Kaede. The 15 is not high enough.
Shit.
Kate's
Um,
looking at Dino and saying, I swear to God, you grab me one more time and I'm biting you.
If I have a gun, this wouldn't be an issue.
So Kat notices Ursulin and Edge leaving and just goes to follow them.
Okay. What's Dream doing? If anything. Or is Dream also just eating popcorn?
Kat is sharing her popcorn with Dream and like pokes him too.
Nice. Nice. You love to see the kind of party togetherness that
Yeah, Kat's sharing her popcorn and then pokes him to follow Ursulin and Edge when she realizes that they're leaving.
We were kind of away. We were at the meat market when this happened.
But he had caught Edge, so
Yeah. No, he dragged Edge all the way to the meat market.
yeah, and I
then
was
he zoomed past towards you guys.
yeah, and the
Oh, okay.
the meat market is in effect like next door to the Rusty Dragon. It's just a short walk away.
Yeah, I was letting you know that we're not right in front of the tavern. Like, we're a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I mean you're still within sight of them though. So
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Cat and Dream, I assume. I mean, Rob hasn't said anything, but I assume that they follow Edge and Ursulin towards the garrison as Dino and Kaede continue to play cat and mouse in the tree line somewhere. So you go
Yeah,
ahead
follow.
and you find your way over to the garrison. You are greeted there by Sheriff Hemlock. No sign of the jailer. He's looks like he's done for the day. But Sheriff Hemlock is staying a little late, and he looks at everyone and says, "I see a couple of your number aren't with you. I hope nothing bad has happened to them."
They're chasing each other down in the forest.
You see, as Ed said, as the sheriff says that, Ed sort of like cracks his knuckles and he just says, "Not yet."
The sheriff just says, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So, so what brings you here?
Apparently,
There's
the
a body!
Oh, where?
I don't know.
Kaede apparently found one when Dino, for whatever reason, choosing not to inform the authorities. From what I understand, it's somewhere in lizard folk territory. It matches the murders that happened here not long ago, if I'm not mistaken. So
That's pretty strange. Well, I suppose that I suppose this runs deeper than what was at the manor, but still, I'm having a hard time making sense out of why kill in the Mushfens? Why kill so close to lizard folk territory? I don't
Why
understand.
kill anybody?
Well, yeah, ideally that's the real question is, why bring such harm to others? That's
I have a
exactly the
question.
sort of crime that I stand against.
Out of character, I have a question.
Sure, what's up?
Would Kate have told us about the fact that they saw lizard folk hunting in the area? Like the mother
Yeah.
of the...
I did. I squeed about the cute babies learning how to hunt and stuff, and that was like a tangential thing. But if you connect those dots, that's on you. I didn't actually be like, oh well, it was definitely lizard folk that hurt him. All I said was, oh, by the way, on my way to this body that we saw, there was also other things that we thought were dinosaurs, but were actually baby lizards hunting, and it was adorable. And that was what Kate said to y'all.
Well, then Edge will ask this question to the sheriff, because he doesn't know much about lizard folk culture. But it's like, if somebody was murdered, would they consume the body? Like, I know that I've heard rumors about them being mildly cannibalistic, but admittedly, they're also not human, so.
He said, "Well, the body that was found, was it consistent with the other murders?"
What we understand it was, yes.
We haven't actually seen the body ourselves.
Look, if you want to, we can come with us and look at Kay, and have Kay direct us to it. I'm curious to see it myself.
Well, it sounds like a good idea to check it out.
What I do know that they were clear about is that the individual was killed with magic.
That's a bit different.
Let's go.
All right, so he follows you all out of the garrison. He
Back to the top.
he locks the front door on his way out, as he says, "I probably won't be coming back here after this." So let's find your friends, or this body, or both.
So I just imagine that off in the distance you just hear Kaede and Diino like yelling at each other, and that's how you guys find us.
Probably.
Eventually, yeah.
You're not making any attempts to be subtle, so.
I mean, Diino certainly isn't.
No.
Kaede may or may not be, but I mean, Kaede was trying to
I'm
hide,
being
so-
quiet until Diino finds me, and then once Diino finds me, I'm going to be as loud as possible and yell at where we are so people can probably find us, and then Kaede doesn't know what their plan is.
Oh, I mean, he found you when he tried to grab you. He just didn't grab you.
Yeah, so I'm
you
running
kind
in
of
and
ducked out of
trying
the
to
way.
hide again. Yeah,
Alright.
no, I'm running in if I can, try to hide again, and if I can't, then I'm just being loud.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth again, dude. Try to hide.
Ninja time! Boop. Not great.
All right.
Man, I'm a spring ninja.
As the rest of you get closer to the tavern, those of you who are headed that way, you can go ahead and roll perception to see if you can still spot any of this going on. All right, yeah. Edge, and Ursulin both see where Kaede tried to run to hide. They see. Oh, Cat as well. They all watch as Kaede sort of ducks their way into one of the alleys, sort of south of the tavern, as Diino overhead continues to search and try and grab a hold of Kaede.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I see her.
All right. You almost certainly do. Yeah, you do. You find Kaede in the alley.
So is it small enough for me to fit?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's small enough to at least like reach in and try to make a grab attempt.
No, I want to get within 5 feet.
Okay, you can do that.
All right. After that, I'm gonna transform back.
All right, so you drop your wild shape, and you are on the ground.
And then I imagine like I glow whenever I transform back or I transform into an animal.
Yeah, sounds
So
about right.
after the glow subsides, like both my hands are like face palming, like
So you do like a
Okay.
magical girl transformation?
no, I'm face palming.
Sailor Moon
And
transformation.
no, it's more like Pokemon evolution. You know that cool like glow,
Yes.
mystic glow that happens? It's more like that.
Okay.
No, Sailor Moon.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm the one transforming, and I say it's Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Kaede looks at Diino and goes, "Yes, Diino. They're gonna find it whether I show them or not at this point.
And
Wanna
you
tell me
do
why?
realize
Want to tell me why you don't want them to know about it?"
it's not the body. I want them nowhere near the lizard folk. It's as simple as that.
Well, telling everyone avoiding it is definitely going to make them want to go look at it more. If we could just get them to the body, and if you'd like, maybe point them in different directions than your lizard folk friends, and yeah, but they're seeing that body. There's not, I look at him and just go, Edge. It's Edge. I am not saying no to that man. He scares me.
Nope. Ugh. Uncooperative dick. Alright, fine. Go get the elders and tell them to meet me back at the inn. I'll go get the body.
All right, fair. Kay just runs off.
Then
Yeah,
after that,
yeah,
I'm transforming
there.
back into Pteranodon.
So I do find everyone else, and I'm gonna say, so compromise. He's bringing the body to us.
No, we have to go to the site. We need to see what's there. It's not
You
just
can't
what-
move a body from a crime scene.
Well, it's the only way I could let Diino calm down enough to let you guys see it. So body's coming to us. He says and shrugs. And just goes, or you can go try to find the big bird in the sky.
Sheriff,
You
It's not like it's hard to
absolutely-
find a big bird in the sky.
Yeah, the problem is a big bird in the sky moves 200 feet per 6 seconds.
Hush you, you're flying.
That's my point.
Sheriff
Seems
Hemlock
too fast.
kind of just shakes his head, and
How are you moving 200 feet?
he says,
50 times 4.
Yeah, but one round is.
"It's because
50.
he's taking like a full run action every round,
Yeah.
Okay.
but as in flight."
Kate looks at everyone and goes, I know when to stop arguing, and no offense, I've been barrel rolled into fucking swamp water, I've hit dirt, I told you there's a body, and y'all can figure the rest out. I'm tired, and then I sit and promptly write down on whatever rock is nearby.
All right.
Pat sits down next to Kate and tries to comfort her, like, it's okay. You did nothing wrong.
I look at Edge and I go, I know you're not supposed to move a body, but what am I gonna do? You really when you're lizard folk. I trail off immediately realizing I had just said I wasn't gonna say any of that and kind of just put my hand over my mouth.
I'm sorry, he really didn't what?
He doesn't want us to see the body in its person state.
But
Sheriff Hemlock is just shaking his
Are
head.
you
and
okay?
He says, "Yes, this is highly unusual."
Keeps just looking at
He
everyone.
don't want all the glory for himself.
I made promises. It's not my place. Kate's just singing. Just not.
Kate, you're an accessory. God's sakes.
So
Kate looks at Edge and goes, "What do you just? I can't.
Edge, be
You
nice.
scare me. Both of you scare me. I can't. The body's that way." Just Kate just throws a stick in the direction that the body's in.
It just
Okay.
follows that direction.
You said Dino's bringing the body to us?
At the inn, Kate says, just
Okay.
exasperatedly.
Let's go back to the inn. Alright? Will that make you feel better?
Okay. I look at everyone. I go, I promise I'll show you where the body was, and I'm pretty good at remembering details. You know that, guys. That's one thing I'm good at. And I yeah. Okay, just sighs and looks at the sheriff and goes, I'm sorry.
Alright, everybody, let's go back to the inn and wait for the body. And I'll have words with Dino later.
Cade looks over at Edge again and goes, I promise I'll show you where the body was and what happens next. We got to get Dino to talk to us a bit. Or at least you all too. Cade just shakes her head and goes, okay, I'm dizzy. Enough of it. I'm just, oh dear. And trails
Okay.
off. As they
sorry,
start walking back towards the inn.
It just heavily sighs and walks back.
I'm sorry, my dog has to go potty. I will be right back.
Okay. All right. So, Dino, as you approach where you remember the body is, the sun is setting. It is starting to get dark. Roll a D100 for me.
Roll the 2.
All right, so you find In the area around the body, you find multiple creatures. You find some dire rats that have surrounded the immediate area of the body. 5 of them. And closer still, you find a pack of goblins that is currently looting the body, trying to scrounge together anything they could find. They are tearing through some of the man's clothing. One of them comes away with a dagger. Another grabs some coins. And 1 or 2 others decide to take a couple bites at the body. But there are a number of goblins, like like several. I would say probably 8 or 9 goblins that are taking part in this. And again, the dire rats are sort of watching intently, perhaps waiting for them to leave, so that they can be the next ones to kind of feast on the corpse.
Alright, I have a plan.
Okay.
Thanks to my 10-foot reach, I should be able to reach in and grab the body, and they can't reach me.
That makes sense.
So, I'm going to swoop by, making sure I'm out of the reach, and then as soon as I get close enough to the body, go in 10 feet, grab it, immediately go back up, and fly away.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense to me. You reach down and scoop the corpse. Some of the goblins are angered by this, and they are, even though you have a long reach, they're still going to attempt to swipe at you as you fly away.
Okay.
Okay, and literally none of them hit you.
Aha!
Highest roll was a 15.
So I'm gonna say, suck my dick in Pteranodon. Pteranodino.
They
As I fly away.
They obviously do not understand that, but you fly away with
It's for the audience.
with the body in tow. The goblins just kind of, they spend a moment like waving around their little dog slicers in anger, but they eventually decide to just be content with the things that they did get, and they then just go on their way. But you've recovered the body, and you are flying towards the Rusty Dragon. It doesn't take you too long to get there, maybe like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, given your fast fly speed.
Excellent.
But you land safely at the front door to the tavern, as everyone waits for you inside. I don't have his token on there, but Sheriff Hemlock as well.
Is there like a backyard that the inn has?
Let me look at the city map, see if there's even room for one. I would say, yeah, there's like a little bit of a back alley area behind it.
I'm just gonna go there, and then I'm gonna call for Trumper to tell everyone to come outside.
Okay, so Chomper instructs everyone to go to the back door of the tavern, which they do, and they find you there with the body. So that would put you right about here. And before long, everyone joins you outside, Chomper included. The sheriff looks at you and says, "This is without question the strangest crime investigation I've ever been a part of, and it's only just begun.
Taradino just nods approvingly.
The sheriff, he begins inspecting the body. He notes that the bit that was carved into the chest is consistent with the other murders.
Oh, as he's doing that, I hate to interrupt, but I want to let him know that I'm going to tell Chomper that there was dire rats and goblins picking at the body. So if I didn't get there when I did, there would be nothing left. So you're welcome.
Chomper explains the situation to everyone. The sheriff looks up at you and says, "Okay, well, now with that knowledge in mind, I can be a bit more accepting of your rather unorthodox methods here."
Or instead of wasting our time, you could have just shown us the body earlier, just avoiding all of this in the first place.
Didn't come to mind when we came back, for starters. And second of all, there's nothing around the area. He was buried, sure, but there's some blood on the rock, and there's nothing else there.
It was only the two of you at the time. If we had a larger group investigating, we could have found something else. Now we'll never know. Edge for now will just investigate the body with what's it called, with sheriff.
With the sheriff. Okay. Yeah. The sheriff points out the deeper wounds, the one on the back and the one on his leg. He says, I haven't seen anything like this on any of the bodies before. Edge, you take a closer look at them. And yeah, like Diino and Kaede before, you realize that these markings were made from some kind of like energy or magic.
Be more precise.
Do I
necrotic damage.
If he says necrotic, then can I get a sense of, where is it?
Yeah, it appears to be consistent with negative energy. Yes.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I don't think I can use detect evil, or actually no, I could. I can use it. What am I saying?
Okay, I would say that
since we're not in combat, I can basically use it for 2 rounds to sense like any residual spell or etc. Like if it's necrotic, it's just like a necromancer doing it. Like could it have been Aldrin and his crew? Or...
Well, Alduin's dead.
Let's see. I would say that with your aura or your detection spell, rather, combined with your knowledge of sort of the more divine influenced spell casting involving positive and negative energy and such, I would say that you believe that the person who did this is some kind of evil, or is an evil person, or someone who derives their powers from an evil being that would allow them to channel this sort of negative energy into another person.
So necromancer or warlock.
Yeah, it could be a necromancer. It could be like like you said, it could be like a witch type. It could be simply like an evil priest or follower of some evil god. There are a few possibilities here.
Okay. My religion checks are terrible. Is there any sort of? Do I recognize any of the? Is there iconography? Any type of writing?
Well, I mean, the iconography would be the sort of it's something that you're less familiar with compared to the rest of the party. But there is the Sahedron, or it's like a 7-pointed star that's carved into the chest. That doesn't really have anything to do with religion, though. As far as
Okay.
anything more specific to religion, I would say that looking through, you kind of think about the various evil gods that you know of. You start to think that if this is related to the sort of a cult like activity, and seemingly like targeted killings, that this could have to do with the god Norgorber.
Alright.
Norgorber has roots in the nation of Taldor. He is a deity that is concerned with thievery, assassinations. He also deals in secrets. And he is known. One of his titles is the Reaper of Reputation.
Reaping reputation in what sense? Just okay, because I'm not like it because it kills like noblemen and people.
Well, yeah, yes, partially at least. One of his other areas of concern is greed.
Oh,
Among his full list of areas of concern are greed, secrets, poisons, and murder.
right. So he is basically kind of like the. I guess you could say he is almost like the assassin god of the elite, maybe. Or like, yeah.
In a sense, yeah.
Right. Well. So Edge will turn to Sheriff and he says, "Are you aware of any followers of this faith in the city, by chance?"
Not here, no. That sort of thing is more prevalent in larger cities where the populations are manyfold compared to our little town here.
Where's the closest? You
And at
think
this, Dita's gonna transform back into his human form.
Well, the closest large city would be Magnamar. It's to the west. There are some other cities in Varizia, but most of them, to my knowledge, don't have much, if any, followers of Norgorber there. For example, Riddleport has a lot of followers of gods like Callistria and Kaede and Kaede, whereas Corvosa has a larger following for Pharasma and Abadar than most. I would say that if you're looking for some of the more seedy evil types that might follow a god of this nature, Magnamar's likely your best bet.
Of course, Magnamar is our best bet. Greed, murder, poison, and whatever you said with the four things, like their four principles.
Secrets.
Secrets, of course. Makes perfect sense.
You sure? But everybody has secrets, right? Do you know? I mean, I have secrets. Don't you have secrets?
I suppose so, but Magnamar's secret's more of how they put people down and how they can get away with murder and whatnot.
this location is coming up more often than not?
Wait. You
I'd
guys
say
don't
we
have a murder plan?
Sheriff Hemlock speaks up and says, "No, but would you like to share with the class?"
Oh, I mean,
I'm sorry, my mic cut out. What happened in the last 2 seconds?
She said she asked about our murder plan. And the
said,
murder
wait,
plan
doesn't
being we're gonna-
everybody have a murder plan? And Sheriff Hemlock goes, no, please share. And I'm like,
I would love to know more.
Alright, I'm caught up.
Kat's just gonna say, but then I'd have to kill you. And you're too cute for me to kill?
Does she do a thumbs up as she says?
Make a diplomacy
Kaede
check.
being silent this whole time just starts laughing slightly.
All right. Well, let's
He's gonna do his very best to facepalm.
let's get a sense motive in there for Mr. Sheriff. Where's his skills? Okay. Oh, his sense motive is shit. Let's see if he.
It's gonna have to be.
That's kind of bad for a sheriff, right? Like you think it'd be good.
It really is.
We've already established that he's kind of a shitty sheriff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shitty. It's just that he doesn't have the resources to take on devils and whatnot.
So he rolled an 18. He gives you like a stern look for a few moments, and then his gaze softens, and he says, "Right, you've done too much for this town. I don't think you would engage in such cruelty."
I could say with all honesty that I have not purposely committed any murder, or rather, I have not hidden any murder while I've been here. In your fine town.
Fair enough.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get off soon. I'm falling asleep.
Alright.
Alright.
That's all right. We can wrap up shortly. So Sheriff Hemlock, he says, "Well, like I said, if you really want to track down this cult, you won't find anything here. You're gonna have to strike out towards some of these bigger cities with more people who are just completely unaccounted for. And I would say that as the closest city, as well as one that doesn't always keep the closest tabs on its citizens, Magnamar is your best bet."
Edge will just sort of like calmly chime in and just say, "Names shown up more than once. I think at some point we better best find ourselves ready to go there soon."
Ugh, the things I do.
Cade looks around a bit and goes, I mean, I wouldn't mind going to a different city.
Not this one, Cade. As I rub my temples. Not this one.
Cade kind of shrugs and goes, well, I've really only known Sandpoint, so... And then just kind of looks at
Some
everyone and goes,
things should not be experienced.
Just be a learning experience at the very least. Which is places generally is how is just a word, as dreary and sort of conniving as they're leading us on to be. We must be on our guard.
Got a point there.
The sheriff turns to Diino, and he says, "You know, you got me wondering now. What makes you so averse to going there?"
Let's just say I have bad memories there.
That's fair. But I would advise that you see this as an opportunity to change that narrative and do some good.
Oh,
Why do you want us out of
Sheriff.
town, Sheriff?
Sheriff, if only you know what went on through that town.
He turns
As I'm
to
like rubbing my temples again.
Kat and says, "Well, I don't necessarily want you out of town. You've done such a great job here. I wouldn't want you to leave."
I know, and now you're saying like you should leave. You should totally leave. You should leave right now. Why don't you want to leave?
You see, Ed just sort of stops him for a second. He's like, "Calm yourself, please. That's not what that's not what he meant."
He says, "I'm merely saying that you've gotten this far with solving the murders in this whole overarching case. If you want to see it through to its completion, I'm merely suggesting that Magnamar is the best place for you to start looking."
Cade just kind of grins
I
at
don't
this.
see
And goes,
why we have to. I mean, yeah. I mean, Magnamar can handle it. Just send them a message, say, hey, find this organization.
I'm gonna just flick Dino right upside his head and go, because we started this.
The sheriff says, "Evidently Magnamar is not handling it if these murders are coming to my doorstep now."
Yes, it's not about us.
He's got a point there, Dino.
He does.
Us going to Magnamar.
Well, just tell them I mean to step it up a notch. And what's that organization called again? I keep forgetting. Seven Brothers.
The Brotherhood of the Seven.
There we go, Brotherhood of the Seven. Just send a message to Magnamar saying, hey, you got a problem with this precise organization. Fix it. Boom, problem solved.
Dino, can I be very blunt with you?
Shoot.
That's a good way to get killed.
Well, that's in Magnamar, so it's not my problem.
The sheriff looks at you and says, "If my job were that simple, I would have done that from the start."
True, but you never knew that it was the Brotherhood of the Seven. Now you do know it's them.
No, but I've known through my years of experience that Magnamar is not the easiest to deal with from my seat and my perspective. Getting them to send more assistance here in the aftermath of the attack of the goblins and the raid, that was hard enough. They didn't want to spare me anybody.
They don't have to spare anyone. This is a problem that's in their city.
It's
Dino.
also here, Dino, Cade says.
We solved that problem.
But we
Our
didn't.
dead.
There's another dead body.
That's miles and miles away from here. It's fine.
How would we know? You wouldn't let us see it.
Technically, the body is.
I did let you see it.
It's at the feet of everyone here.
It's right there.
So the dead body is here.
It wasn't killed here, but it's here now. So.
Exactly. See, everything is fine. We just tell Magnamar to fix their shit, and we're good.
Everything is literally not fine.
Not with the attitude. It's not.
Can Ed roll for diplomacy to talk to what's it called? To Dino about this one-to-one?
Can't even remember my name. God fucking damn it, Edge.
Yeah.
I've always been through.
Wait, your name is Dino.
Yeah. So.
It's very easy to understand. Dinosaur boy, Dino. Come the fuck on.
No, I know that. I did say Dino. What are you talking about?
He
Took me
did.
like 5 seconds to figure it out.
No, I already knew.
He got it.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, what? Go ahead and have your conversation, and I'll let you know when you need to roll something.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Daft Punk is back.
Perfect timing.
Oh no.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
Okay,
now.
there we go.
So, Dino, the organizations that we're going up against are evidently they do not care about the authority in Magnamar. They do not care about the authority in Sandpoint. Do you honestly suspect that they will not be watching any information about who is looking into them? The fact that we have killed Aldrin Foxglove and now the fact that someone else is looking after them, do you honestly not suspect that they will not retaliate and try to silence anybody who is looking for them if they're going around creating ghouls? How naive are you?
Naive. Pardon me for thinking that such a big city can handle a problem.
These are cutthroat. You yourself have said these are cutthroat killers and backstabbers. They will not come into the light that easily. They must be dragged out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll diplomacy at this point.
Yes. Thank God you're not taking the 10, cause Lord. Oh, come on! This game hates me.
Oddly enough, because you're adventuring together, and the way diplomacy DCs work, 11's all you needed.
Thank God.
God damn it! I have such a high will, though.
Yeah, it's not based on will though.
Womp womp.
It's based on what your attitude is towards the person, and it's whatever the corresponding DC plus your charisma modifier to that. So 11's all Edge needed to succeed on the check. So I'll let you guys roll.
I'll refresh my memory. What is he trying to accomplish?
He's trying
Get
to
you to calm down and listen to sense.
yeah, what he said.
Takes a very angry breath. Fine.
So Cat's gonna look at him and go, field trip?
No, I'm not okay. We're going to Magnamore, which is
I
basically
didn't say are you
shithole.
okay, I said field trip.
All right.
So I'm guessing that we're not getting paid until we go deal with this problem, even though it's not in it's not in Sandpoint anymore.
But it is in Sandpoint. You literally pulled it into Sandpoint.
It's a dead body.
Sheriff
It's not going to do
Hemlock.
anything.
Sheriff Hemlock says, I don't know what specifically is going on over there, so I can't exactly gauge how much of a reward to give you for this. So for now, I will say you keep whatever you find, and I will have something here for you when you return.
Very well, then.
Okay.
Cat's gonna look at Kid and go, Kid, we're going on a field trip.
Edge
With-
will,
Go ahead.
Sorry, just
No,
request.
go ahead, Edge, yeah.
while everyone's kind of like making noise, Edge will actually very quietly sort of go to the sheriff and say, "You may compensate the others as you will. However, if you can't find anything monetary value to offer me, I do have but one request."
The sheriff looks at you, kind of gives you like a head motion to kind of just step away from everybody for a moment. He kind of leads you a little bit away from the back door, probably to about here, to the north a little bit, and he says, "Okay, well, what would you like?"
Any information on a red dragon that's been potentially flying around the area, whether it was in the past or whether any recent sightings or any future sightings, you come to me. Understood?
I think I can do that. I have an old friend who is out in the field right now. I will send word to her and tell her to be on the lookout, and I will hopefully have that information, if anything, when you return.
Most appreciated. Thank you.
I'm going to pull a cheeky move and see if I can hear that.
All right, so in that case, Edge roll stealth. I'll roll for the sheriff as well.
Mine's a -6. So yeah, it's a 0.
Well, it's going to be a little. I'm modifying it slightly because you're just talking. You're not like making clang clang noises in your armor and all that.
Okay.
I would say 6, and I'd probably use your charisma instead. So that'll make it a 9.
Okay.
Let's see what the sheriff rolls.
Guidance.
All right, sheriff rolled pretty well.
Rolled a 20.
Yeah, Dino, you are able to make out the details of the little aside there.
Alrighty.
So all I know is that Edge is asking about red dragons.
More or less, yeah. He's asking for that as payment, if in lieu of anything monetary, in case the sheriff can't come up with anything for that.
All right.
Yeah, and that's me done.
Okay. So yeah, with the investigation having progressed somewhat, and you all sort of now coming to the decision that the next best place for you to continue searching for the head of the snake, if you will, is the larger metropolis of Magnamar to the west.
Throw up gag noise. Insert here.
At this point, we are going to end, but I want to ask everybody if you want to time skip between now and the next session to when stuff is done at the Feathered Serpent, or anything else that any other day.
I am comfortable with the time skip at this point.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so we will.
For the most part, that's fine, but just like a couple things I just want to address here and there.
Yeah,
that's
we can put either in the Discord, or probably better in the Discord, just because not everyone's in the Facebook chat. If everyone wants to throw in the Discord, what you're doing during the downtime. Like, I know what Ursulin's doing, like she's making her pistol. I would imagine that Dream is going to be working more on perfecting his bombs. Maybe Kat does more reading, or does other
Kat's
things.
gonna practice with her crossbow.
Yeah, okay, so you make periodic stops by Savos to, have some target practice. Whatever the case may be, we can put it on the Discord. I figure we'll time skip ahead maybe like 5 or 6 days to like Fire Day or Star Day. That way, Ursulin's pistol will be done, her rifle will be ready at the Feathered Serpent. The Sandpoint market will be back in effect with new items for you guys to look at. And at least then maybe if you want to take a stop there before heading out, you can certainly do that. But until then, we're going to call it there. Like I mentioned before to you guys, the viewers don't know about this, is that we are off next week. I will be down in New York visiting some family, so I won't be here next Thursday night. We will be back in 2 weeks, so August the 12th, I believe. Let me look at my calendar. Yes, the 12th. So, until then, as always, we wish you well. We hope you stay safe out there, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.